What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yep, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Big up. Smash the like button on your way in. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you're new here. And also be sure to check out the links in the description before we get everything and all things sorted and started. Ladies and gents, be sure to wish your loved ones a Merry Christmas if you celebrate. Happy holidays if you don't. And if we don't see you here until 2026, have a Happy New Year. And big up to all of the viewers right now who are actually watching during Christmas. Hopefully your Christmas has been delightful and wholesome and with family or close friends or loved ones. And hey, best wishes and cheers, by the way, to another good year of Casually Chelsea, out of another good year of Chelsea, and good things to come. All right, so cheers to that. All right, ladies and gents, cheers. Listen, it's the little bit of a Christmas Eve special here on Casually Chelsea or Casually FC. So figured I'd give you guys a little bit of treat. For one, we started on time. So that's Christmas present. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Christmas present right there. But I figured let's do a little show. Let's do a little recap. Something to end. Well, not really end the year, but something for those of you who maybe still need something to do or entertain yourselves in this time. So yeah, a little bit of a early Christmas present for some of y'all. So yeah, come on in, smash the like, do all that fun stuff. You guys already know how YouTube works. Algorithm, and algorithms on top of algorithms, just like you guys will be getting gifts and gifts and gifts on top of gifts. So yeah, pretty much a lot to talk about today and a lot to mention. Semenyo links and the hopium of the Chelsea fan base thinking we actually had a chance at Semenyo, but whatever. That link lived for about 6 hours and then it died. Maresca kind of nipping the rumors about his move to City potentially in the future, and a little bit of an Aston Villa preview because we heard today that, or not today, I think it was today and yesterday maybe, I don't know. Today was actually that we have the return of Estevao and Delap. So we'll be talking about all that stuff in today's show and more. So yeah, big up to every single one of you. Let's go ahead, and the panel will be here shortly for those who can make it, obviously. If not, solo show. You guys like solo shows, right? You like me enough to be here and subscribe and all that fun stuff. I mean, what's over here? You know what I'm saying? As delusional as some of you may think I am, you still love me. But okay. So who's delusional then? Let's start off with the first order of business, which is, guys, you're not gonna believe what I have for you. You're not gonna believe it. It's crazy. It's crazy how things turn around for certain big-headed, bald. I was about to say Dutchman. He's not Dutch, a Spanishman.
Rob, stay silent if you've got a big head.
Yeah, Big Head Rob, ladies and gents. Big Head Rob wins November's PFA Premier League Fan Player of the Month. Not even goalkeeper of the month, people. Player of the month for November. And I'm not. This isn't backdated. This dropped today from Chelsea. I couldn't believe it. So good for Rob Sanchez. Listen, there's a debate at the end of the season, and when we get to the end of the season, people, Casually Chelsea award show, there's going to be a debate of most improved player in this team, and he's up there with some of those players. You could make the argument of Neto, this guy right here. You could maybe make an argument for Chalobah too. Like there's people that are up for debate in terms of most improved players at Chelsea this season. And Sanchez is not far from that conversation. Listen, at the end of the day, people, you know where I stand with Sanchez. I think I've made it abundantly clear, but for those who are new here, Listen, I don't mind Sanchez right now. I think he's playing well. I think he has improved from last season, which a lot of people denied could even be possible. I said last season, or even the season before then, listen, if we want to sell Sanchez, there's no way we can do it without playing him. So you kind of have to put him on display. And people laughed at me. Now, lo and behold, Sanchez is up there with one of the best keepers in the Premier League this season. Okay, he has the same amount of clean sheets as David Raya, and he has improved. Whether you like it or not, he has improved. Whether it's just on him or not, that's up for debate as well. You could argue that the players we brought in, the João Pedros, Delap, Neto, Garnacho, and all these players that have come into the team help make his passing ability a little better, have improved that. But you can make the argument that Sanchez has been pretty solid outside of the United game. And listen, don't let one game depict what you think about the other 17 games that have been played, right? So, again, that's not a fair way to judge a player. And I know last season he had chock full of bozo moments. And mind you, I still don't want him as my number one keeper. I still have my doubts and my hesitations, and he does make me nervous. But cross-collecting, I wouldn't want anyone else. When it comes to the passing out the back, there's very few keepers that, you know, are doing what he's doing. And then when it comes to the shot stopping, he's solid. We know he's solid at shot stopping. Don't lie to yourself. You know he's good at shot stopping. We all know he's good at shot stopping. That was never an issue we had with him at Chelsea. It was the bozo moments. So from him to go from all that to where he's at right now, hey, you got to give credit. You got to give credit. And again, we reflect on the summer, right? A lot of us wanted Petrovic, including myself, wanted Petrovic to stay and fight for his place. Now, you look at it in hindsight, and you know what? I got it wrong. And Sanchez was the one that proved me wrong on that. Petrovic has been not that, I mean, he's not been horrible, but he's not been great at all. He's not been better than Rob Sanchez this season, which says a lot considering the high hopes we had for Petrovic, especially the season he had at Strasbourg, which was very impressive numbers wise. He was up there with one of the best keepers in the league, and just a downfall right now. It could be in part with Bournemouth's system and all that stuff. You never know. But regardless, yeah, exactly. Fabian Collins, you're nailing it on the head. Petrovic has not covered himself in glory at Bournemouth. And meanwhile, Sanchez has. So look, you got to give kudos and you got to give credit where credit is due. Sanchez is having a pretty solid season so far. I can't complain about him outside the United moment where, you know, it was a bozo decision on him 100%, but Chalobah doesn't also paint himself in glory as well because he put him in that situation. So it's one of those you could forgive to an extent if you're one of those people who would be willing to forgive. But listen, I hope he continues to go in this trajectory. I hope he continues to improve. I do want Maignan still. I hope that down the line, maybe we see a hefty, not a hefty, but like a good profit we can make off of Sanchez. And then we go from there. I think it's one of those situations where cut it now while it's good before it gets bad, because I do feel like Sanchez has maybe a few bozo moments around the corner. I've still not, shaking that off of myself, but he has the rest of the season to prove me wrong. And we're halfway through the season. He's only made that one highlighted bozo mistake against United. I'll take that, because last season he had 5 times, 6 times that amount of mistakes in him at this point last season, as far as I'm aware, as far as I remember. I'm probably exaggerating, but that's Robert Sanchez. Big up to Big Head Sanchez, bro.
Stay silent if you've got a big head.
Big up to him, man. So hopefully he continues his form, and maybe we don't even need to assess the goalkeeper situation. Maybe it gives Penders another season at Strasbourg, which would be helpful and beneficial to him. So big up to Sanchez. I'll toast to that. Sanchez, thank you for all the clean sheets, bro. I think it's 11 clean sheets if you look it up now, which is impressive. And considering we've had seven in the league, by the way, people. That's in the league, not just this season. It's in the league. So we're what, game week 17 now? Let me just real quickly just look at this. Yeah, we're entering game week 18. 17 games in to get 11 clean sheets. That means 6 of them you conceded. Like, that's pretty good. That's pretty good defensive numbers. So we'll take it, people. We'll take it. Only 6 teams were able to score against Chelsea this season so far. So, hey, I'll take that. I'll take that any day. So big up. All right. Next thing is, ladies and gents, we got to let them know. And you know what? Before, like, hopefully by New Year's, I'll have some new banners and new videos and stuff for you guys. But I should be flaunting the fact that we won Club World Cup on these bozos. But hey, listen, Chelsea versus Arsenal, it's happening over 2 legs. These stupid banners that keep deleting themselves after, it's a stupid StreamYard thing. But anyways, guys, the draw has happened. If you watched the game yesterday, then you know what happened. Was it yesterday? It was yesterday. Today's Wednesday. So unfortunately, Crystal Palace, actually maybe fortunately, because Crystal Palace may have been tougher for us considering our issues here with mentality and all that. But Crystal Palace lost in a penalty shootout to none other than Arsenal. Arsenal, who didn't even score a goal, by the way. An own goal. The last 3 games, Arsenal have had 3 own goals and a penalty. And Gyökeres scores that penalty. So, listen, I think Arsenal are there for the taking. I really do. Obviously, from here until January, we'll see what happens. But Carabao Cup tie, Arsenal versus Chelsea over 2 legs. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I thought I actually, you know what? I did, and I'm being silly. So let's actually look into it, guys. So the first leg will be the 14th of January, and the second leg away will be the 3rd of February. So we're going to be at the Bridge the 14th of January. I'm unfortunately going to be missing that during my trip. But 14th of January, first leg against Arsenal. That should be a very interesting bout. And then the second leg, 3rd of February, going to be at the Emirates, which doesn't scare me. However, the fact that we're at Stamford Bridge, we can make a big impact and also get ourselves a good cushion. Listen, guys. Oh, I should mention no Moises Caicedo in this first leg as well. That's something we need to mention because Moises got a yellow against Cardiff, unfortunately for him, and he is going to be sitting out in that first game due to suspension. But you're wrong. You're right, Extel. LaCroix gets Cole for Christmas. That's definitely for sure. But I feel like this actual draw is better for us because I do think these players step up and perform at 110% when the opposition is worth it. If it was Crystal Palace, I do feel like there are still people in our team that don't take it as seriously, don't give 110%, and will take it lightly and then get cooked as a result of doing so. I do think there's still some mentality issues in this team to kind of we need to paper over the cracks. So as the team gets older and as we develop some of these players, obviously those cracks will start to close out and will start to fix themselves. But the reality of the situation right now is that we still have that in the team. So I do think this actually favors us more in terms of winning a trophy this season. Guys, it is of utmost importance for Maresca, for this team, to continue the trend of winning trophies. We can't stop. We can't stop. So they won a conference league, right? Say what you want. It doesn't matter. A trophy is a trophy at the end of the day. And if we don't win that trophy, we ban ourselves for the rest of eternity until time. And if we don't win that conference league trophy, I am nowhere near as defensive of Maresca as I am now, right? We win the Club World Cup. No one expects us to win the Club World Cup. We get into top 4. No one expected us to get to top 4 except me, right? All these things. We need to keep that winning mentality going. And mind you, guys, we're still in fourth place. We're still in top four. We're in trajectory for our goals, right? You got to put into the consideration that we are in Champions League. It's a different competition. Now we're being tested in a different way than we were last season. Just as busy last season than this season. Right, we have a Club World Cup that we played earlier in the summer. We didn't really have a preseason, and now we have a more intense schedule than last season's schedule because UCL is a different level than Conference League. We all know this. So, all that being said, we need to keep winning trophies. We are now in the semifinal of the Carabao Cup versus last season where we got knocked out in November, I believe. Remind me what phase, chat, we got knocked out in, right? It wasn't good. So this is progress from last season. Now we've made it further into the Carabao Cup versus getting eliminated by Newcastle the way we did, who ended up winning the tournament, or the cup, I should say. But we need to win. We need to win. We need to break this Wembley curse, right, that we have on the team and instill the mentality of go and win the competitions you're in. It doesn't matter. I understand people, the argument of like, oh, give it up, in terms of like, I would just surrender the Carabao Cup so I can focus on the league and all that stuff. Listen, guys, I'll say this. Most of you didn't expect to win the Prem this season. Most of you didn't think we were ready. Most of you didn't think we were ready last season. And most of you saw the transfer window and because of the lack of center back, didn't think we were going to challenge for the league. So why are we getting upset? Because we predicted all this. That's kind of where I'm at. Like, again, I didn't predict us to win the league, but I predicted us to put more of a battle in it. I talked to Alex yesterday. We're in it until we're not, which he's got a point. I understand that. I just don't think we're actually serious about being in it, which is neither here nor there. That's my opinion, right? However, this is all going as expected. I didn't expect us to have a clean season, 18-game win streak, all this and that, have like a Man City, be in first place at some point. We all knew the window we had. We all knew the team we had. So we're going according to plan, essentially, right? Obviously, we don't want that. We want more. I get that. No problem at all. But to an extent, that's why I'm not getting upset. But my expectation was winning trophies. We need to win this trophy. We need to instill this mentality, and it needs to be taken seriously, and we need to use it as a springboard to continue into good form and continue into a winning mindset. So that's that in terms of the draw. Ladies and gents, we are going to be facing Arsenal over 2 legs. The first leg at Stamford Bridge, the second leg at the Emirates. I do feel that we can make something happen. Hey, if we can keep 11 men on the pitch, I think we'll be all right. Because even with 10 men, they struggled against us. So I do feel, people, we're going to be in for a good game. And this game is going to end the stupid argument of Timber James, Rice, Caicedo. Please, please. Oh, I saw the other day, this actually like boiled my blood. Oh, players that improved since they've left Chelsea. Havertz, Madueke. Who else was on that stupid list? Kepa, I believe, was even on that list. And there was a fourth player that they put on that list, Jorginho. What have they done? What have they won since they left Chelsea? Nothing. They've done nothing. Madueke's done. How many goals does Madueke have in the league? How many goals does Madueke have in the league? It's probably not. That's EFL Cup. That's not what I want to look up. Where are the other stats? Here we go. So in the Premier League, 9 matches, 0 goals, 0 assists. Oh yeah, but Madueke has improved at Arsenal. The delusion of that fan base is insane. Oh my God, bro. Anyways, ladies and gents, that's that segment. That is the Carabao Cup drawing. Now, the other thing I have in store for you guys is money. Not for me and not for us, but money in terms of Chelsea have another sponsor. And it's not a Front of Shirt sponsor. Give it up, all right? I'm not going to get upset about not having a Front of Shirt sponsor. I've accepted. It's done. It's dusted. It's their money, not mine. You guys figure it the fuck out. Don't make excuses in the transfer window because you're incompetence. We've gone over this, right? So who do we have as a new sponsor? Guys, we have a new airline sponsor. So And I'm sorry that the overlay is kind of blocking. Listen, guys, we got to be festive. Sometimes you got to make some sacrifices to be festive. Turkish carrier Pegasus Airlines has signed a global sponsorship agreement with Casually FC. As part of a multi-year partnership, Pegasus has become the club's official airline partner, extending across both men's and women's teams. The club's last industry partner was Oman Air, and recently the club has been in talks with Riyadh Air and Qatar Airways, who were both interested in becoming front of shirt sponsors. Didn't happen. We continue on. Chelsea and Pegasus Airline today. This is the official announcement from Casually FC that they have been announced and it's happening. So, listen, it's great to see that we're getting business done everywhere else, barring the one of the more important parts being the front of shirt sponsor. That's it. That's why, like, when you want to criticize the ownership, you got to take the good with the bad, right? Like, this is good. We're doing all types of sponsorships and business in all types of areas of Chelsea, barring the front of shirt. I don't know why the front of shirt has not taken priority. I don't know why the front of shirt still hasn't been done. At some point, the PR or the truth will come out. Whether you believe what they say or not, that's up to you. They will admit something. I think it's a lot of the holdup is because of the whole Roman investigation, the 72 charges, guys. I can't remember. It's not as catchy as 115. That's why I can't remember. But that I think is holding a big it's like a big holdup in terms of these companies wanting to come to Chelsea and find themselves sponsoring the team. So, listen, legal matters do make a difference. I think legal matters do influence. So we'll see what happens when that is all done and dusted. It should be done and dusted soon, apparently. Once that is done and dusted, hopefully, big up Ahmed. Hopefully, that will then lead us to having a front of shirt sponsor for the rest of the season. It's not going to be good money. It'll probably be 30, 20 mil. It'd probably be 20 mil or 25 mil because we're halfway through the season. But if we get it, we get it.
It's Christmas Eve here. It's not yet Christmas Day. And, Santa's come calling, Marshall. Santa's come calling, mate.
What kind of call you getting, bro?
Santa's come calling for you, brother. He's come calling for you.
Why? What did I do?
We talk about sponsorships.
Boy.
Santa's come calling, mate. Santa. He's rung you, Marshall. He said, Bridge Nation's £50, man.
Hey, it's not the end of December yet. It's not the end of December yet. It could be announced tomorrow. It could be announced tomorrow for Christmas. Merry Christmas.
I ain't gonna announce it.
You have a new front of shirt sponsor.
If they announce it Christmas Day, Marshall, listen. That's
Boxing Day. It's gonna be Boxing Day. They're announcing Boxing Day announcement. Everyone at the stadium gets a free shirt with a sponsor on it.
There's
That'd
no
be
chance,
great.
mate.
Imagine.
But listen, these guys, man, they're broke. No for that. But listen, I came on real quick. To say, Merry Christmas to you, Marshall. You're my guy.
Yeah,
Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
To Casually FC.
Cheers, even though you're probably not drinking.
Yeah, and everything like that. Listen, I'm a Bridge Nation's a nice guy, guys. You know what I mean? He's a nice guy. He's giving me the Christmas cheer, the Christmas favor. It's been 1 hour away from me. And to be honest, listen, I'm gonna be enjoying myself. Hope you guys are enjoying yourselves and everything like that. So,
100%.
Listen, Merry Christmas. Lastly, that's all. Let's I'm giving the Christmas Eve here. Let's go.
I gotcha. Appreciate it, man. And I'm sure the chat's going to reciprocate it. So I want to take a moment to have a bit of a glaze session. Yes. A glaze session, some may say. I think there's too much negativity out there,
Can I ask a quick question, Marshall? Sorry. What does 6/5C mean in the UK time?
6/5C?
Yes.
I don't even know what you're saying.
Actually, that's in 1 hour, so it's about to start. Okay, that's fine. No problem. I understood it now.
Okay. I don't know what the final letter you mentioned.
That must be Central Time, I think. I would assume.
Okay. Maybe Central Time. Yeah. But okay. So a little bit of a glaze session. I think because there's so much negativity about what's happening at the team and all this, all that fun stuff. I think it's fair that we try to counterbalance it by maybe making people realize it's not as bad as it seems. And we'll start off with maybe some Caicedo prop. Ladies and gents, it's kind of been going under the radar, but Caicedo has been putting up some stats that, listen, I don't like to feed into rival narratives, but it seems like a lot of fans like to feed into the narratives and echo it when it's not true. And that's in regards to Caicedo, obviously. So we'll start off with the first thing I have here. And I've been saving them, as you can tell, November 3rd. This is a while ago now. Moises Caicedo at 24 has blossomed into the best defensive midfielder, not just in the Premier League, but perhaps in the world, according to Tim Spears of The Athletic. Don't have to believe him? Let's look into it. Moises Caicedo becomes the first defensive midfielder to be named Player of the Week twice in EPL history. All right, I mean, that's a good accolade, right? We continue on. Chelsea want to talk with Caicedo for contract extensions. They want to reward him like they did with Palmer, but it's not something they have to do in the next hours. Caicedo is very happy at the club, and this is the mutual feeling between Moises Caicedo and Chelsea. Rightfully so. Now, this is where things get pretty impressive. There is only one player in Europe's top 5 leagues this season with 50 times one possession won, 50 times dual ones, and 25 interception, and that player is Moises Caicedo. That was as of November 12th. 25 interceptions, 50 duels won, and 50 times one over possession, right? One of the players in Europe's top 5. We also have here in the Premier League this season, Moises Caicedo has racked up 3 goals, 574 passes, 34 tackles, 60 duels won, 26 interceptions, and 57 ball recoveries as of November 11th. So again, we're putting up impressive stats early in the season. Caicedo was the first player in the Premier League to successfully register 25 interceptions this season inside of just 11 games. Obviously, the stats have improved since then. So since he joined Chelsea at the start of the 23-24 season, Moises Caicedo is the only player to make 200. Wow, that's a different number. 20. Like I can't speak anymore. 200. Good. 200 people. Oh man.
I was gonna say something. I have to control myself on stream today. I'm gonna control myself.
It's Christmas, man. Control yourself. Be tame.
I have to control myself. Thank you.
Since the start of the 23-24 season, Moises Caicedo is the only player to make 200 plus tackles and 100 plus interceptions in the Premier League. 242 tackles and 118 interceptions as of December 20th. Really impressive numbers. Enzo Fernandez had this to say about Moises Caicedo. When I found out that Chelsea want him, obviously I was the first to call him because, well, he is South American. The club asked me on their behalf to try to talk to Moises so that he could come. Crazy AI edit here, but hey, I kind of rate it. Moises Caicedo on Claude Makelele saying his position should be renamed the Caicedo role. He's my idol, so when you hear that, yes, you are proud for sure. I'm far from him because he did really well here. I met him in the car park at the training ground. He talked to me like, you are the boss on the pitch. You can do whatever you want because from the outside, you look like you are a leader. You don't talk too much, but you are a leader. It makes me feel more confident on the pitch and off the pitch. I listen to these words. So great praise from Makelele. Obviously, not praise that you can just shrug off like it's anybody. Moises Caicedo, I would like to be here for a long time. I want to keep playing like this, but get even better. I want more trophies with this club. He also said in an interview, I want to give everything to this club because they didn't doubt me. I chose Chelsea because they have ambitions. I want to win trophies, more trophies with this club. He also said, Caicedo on joining Chelsea over Arsenal. Everything happens for a reason. I almost did it, but now I'm here and I'm so happy. The timing was good. I waited until Chelsea came for me. People laughed. They said I chose the wrong place, but sometimes you need time to adapt to a big team. I needed that. And I mean, to be fair, he didn't need that much time to adapt. He was still pretty decent under the Pochettino season, but he was even better the next season. Caicedo also said, there are so many good players in my position. I'm doing my best, but I need to show more because I feel like I can do more with goals, with assists. I can feel it. And to wrap up this segment, this glaze sesh, Moises Caicedo, I don't want to say to the world that I'm the best because there's no truth to that. In my mind, I'm the best version of myself, if you know what I mean. It's different when you say you are the best in the world to the world. There are so many good players in my position. I'm doing the best that I can to show more because I feel like I can do more with goals, with assists. I can feel it. Listen, man, I am so like this is one of the decisions that we made as Chelsea Football Club that I'm really happy we did. Obviously, the amount of money we spent was 105, 110, like 17. How much did we spend on Moises Caicedo? Moises
15,
something like that, right? That wasn't Enzo, right? Moises Caicedo transfer fee.
115.
Okay, so it's 115. So 115 million pounds. 15. Okay, so 100 plus 15 in add-ons, which he probably is going to hit. So yeah, this is a incredible player. No, we're no stranger to that. Great to see him saying these comments, and his ambitions are to win more trophies with Chelsea. I guess this is the opportunity for the panel. If you want to do some Moises Caicedo glazing, by all means, you're more than welcome to. If not, we can move on to the next topic.
I'm good. Appreciate him, but no, I don't know. I just feel like a lot of our younger fans haven't seen like elite players in that position that actually leads to like teams winning major stuff. So people feel the need to put Caicedo in conversations he probably doesn't need to be in yet. Like, let the success follow and let the discussions have themselves, but don't like force a discussion just for the sake of it. I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of that going on.
Yeah, I mean, I'm more than happy to entertain the debate of, is he better than Makelele? Is he better than Conte and all that? But at the end of the day, when it comes to those conversations, one thing that he has to do before we can legitimately talk about that is you have to win trophies. Conte has a UCL. Conte has a Premier League.
It's not just trophies. You have to win the biggest trophies. And you have to be a major reason why the team you're in wins those biggest trophies.
And I do think if we do end up competing for those trophies, saying we get to a final or we find ourselves in a title race, I do think Moises is going to be part of it.
We have to win. We have to win them.
Yeah, we have to win them.
Who cares if you get to the final and you lose?
Marshall, it's the same reason why, like, the reason he's not in conversations that he should be in currently in the league, in like the wider footballing universe, is because of where we are. Like, if we were top of the table right now, or even maybe second, but like a couple points off first, the conversations about like him and Reece and Kukurea and players like that would be a lot different. It's because we as a team suck, and so these guys end up suffering. Like, even though you could argue and make a genuine case for Caicedo being the best midfielder in the season so far, he's probably not going to win that award or not going to be in contention for it because we as a team suck. So,
yeah, I mean, we kind of went over this a while ago when we talked about Moises last season. And even Enzo to an extent, and Cole and all these great players that we have. It was always about, well, no one's going to talk about them, or no one's going to talk highly about them, or no one's going to even rate them because they're not in Europe. They're not in Champions League. Now that they're finally under the lights, Champions League nights, now there's more conversations being had about it. He's not, out and out the best. It's still up for debate, but at least we're in the debate now versus before. They weren't even in the debate. So I'm glad to see that they're finally getting the respects they deserve. But I agree with Pete. Win trophies, and then we can actually be in much more convincing arguments as well. But yeah, that's on Moises Caicedo. Did you want to say something, Ahmed?
I was just gonna say, I'm not even sure it matters whether or not they're getting their pops or not. I've always personally just been of the view, I just really care about what the club is doing as a whole. If the club is winning stuff for me, that's great. And then obviously there's certain players I like from that team. Obviously, I think then you give them the deserved mention. Then really,
we've never had, as a fan base, we've never had to argue players with fans of other clubs.
Exactly. Yeah.
In the last decade, when this started, Hazard was clearly one of the best players in this league, and you could point to the 2 league titles as for why you weren't trying to have that conversation.
Exactly.
So trying to force these guys into conversations doesn't do much for us. The team just has to get better.
Exactly, Mundo.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay, let's talk about Maresca. Maresca obviously been in the limelight because of the whole worst 48 hours of my life and all that, or my time here at Chelsea.
That bold prick, as one might call him.
So,
That's what that's need to call him, innit?
So a few comments and a few things that he addressed in regards to this, and obviously we'll see what the future holds. But first things first, Gary Neville came out and said the following: I just get the feeling that they aren't going to get where the ownership want, and that's not the fault of the manager or the players. They have built a squad to win. Now, they've built a squad to grow, but problem is you grow, and then you're never quite there because the other teams are cold-hearted killers at times. Chelsea needs some beasts in their team. They're not nasty to play against or hard to break down. I think the owners need to intervene and give the young players in the squad a real spine and some real fierce characters. This is from the 21st, an interview. Obviously, he did the Gary Neville podcast. Before I actually continue this, I get where it's coming from. I understand what he's saying. We're not competing the way we should, especially after I spent so much money. But I think this last line, I kind of rubbed me the wrong way. Chelsea needs some beasts in their team. They're not nasty to play against or hard to break down. I really disagree with that.
I don't disagree with that at all.
I think that's biological. Yeah.
I think, well,
we're not hard to break down and we're not nasty to play against.
we're definitely nasty to play against. You can ask Arsenal. You can ask Barcelona. You can ask a lot of these teams.
You can also ask Leeds.
Yeah. It's again, maybe
you
we're
can ask
not
Atalanta. Like, I don't know.
We're maybe not
Carabao.
up to snuff, right? When it comes to some of these other teams, it's a mentality thing, whatever. But I'm sorry, you're not going to tell me that we can have 11 clean sheets in a season out of 17 games and then tell me we're not hard to break down. Like, that's just statistically, that's an oxymoron. Doesn't make sense.
Go back and watch the Burnley game and tell me that we're hard to break down.
But did we get breaking down by Burnley? No.
Yes, multiple times.
Day,
we had to get Sanchez to bail us out multiple times.
I find it weird that we just accepted the first sentence, but we're held up over this one.
I'm more so.
First
I mean, listen, I do think we do have
the first sentence in this quote is what I disagree with.
Yeah.
How do we know this isn't where the ownership want us to be?
I was going to say, that's why I think we're exactly where they want us to be from a positional standpoint. I think the only thing we're not at is more financially. I think they want us to just be getting more money financially, but that's not through winning. In terms of league position, we're exactly where the ownership want us to be.
I think that what I would probably say, Marshall, is that if you look at like hard to break down, right? A lot of the time there is a method to breaking us down, bro. You play the ball pretty quickly, right? If you and then essentially if you get past Caicedo, right? I mean, it's barbecue chicken after that. Because if that makes sense. Obviously, if there's no Fofana in the team, right? I mean, that's not very hard to do.
I wouldn't describe us as hard to play against, but again, like we will sit here and acknowledge we don't really have a first choice center back pairing that people feel super confident in. We clearly lack bodies and mobility in midfield, and we don't really have like a front line that causes consistent chaos at the other end. I don't know. I wouldn't consider us a hard team to break it. Like, I don't think we're hard to play against.
I was going to say, I'm looking at the clean sheets as well, by the way. Crystal Palace literally scored a goal against us and had multiple other chances first game of the season. Fulham the same. In fact, they did score. It just got pulled back for a foul. Nottingham Forest was under Ange. Cool. Tottenham. Cool. Wolves. Cool. Burnley, I've just explained, had multiple chances where they broke us down and Santos rescued us. Bournemouth, again, had multiple chances and either fluffed their lines or it was Sanchez saving us. And then Everton, again, the same. Like, we're not hard to play against. There's nothing about us that's hard to play against. we're so easy to play against. It's just either Sanchez has stepped up massively, or we've got Caicedo or someone else saving us in moments.
The only time I would consider us pretty hard to play against this season, the only times I would point to are Barca and Arsenal, realistically.
Yep.
Where we made ourselves actually difficult to deal with.
Yep.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't think we're a hard team. I don't think being easy to play against doesn't mean it's easy to beat you. Like, that's not necessarily what that means. I just don't think it's super complicated to score goals against us. Newcastle did the same thing for 90 minutes and was eating good the entire time.
Yeah, but
So did Leeds.
I mean, listen, because it's just as much as you want to put context on all our clean sheets, Scott, you can do the same thing on the other end. I could put context in all the times that we didn't keep clean sheets and say, oh, Chalobah made a mistake this game. This, if we like, it's all if, ands, maybes, and buts. Like, you don't go back to that, that Champions League run that we had in 2021 and say all the context of like, oh, this is why we were able to clear. We had an easy run. Like, at the end of the day, history remembers the results, right? You go back to even that game where we won our first UCL. We were not the better team.
The best defensive record using the Champions League run in 2021 to back.
But against Man City, Scott, surely you understand we weren't the best team in the final.
We
don't
were the better team
that we won.
100% we were better than
not.
Why, Marshall? Why do you think Man City were better than us that day?
That's one of the best
performances
in a Champions League final we've ever seen.
That's what I'm saying. No, but that's what Scott's logic, right? Because we
I don't
won
think
that
that's
game.
Scott's logic.
No. Let me explain why I think it's Scott's logic, right? You go to the Man City Champions League final where we beat them 1-0. We keep the clean sheet, great defensive record, all that stuff. Scott could look at that and break it down and be like, listen, we got a lucky goal because Ederson is a moron, and Havertz got lucky on that day. And we were sitting back and we were lucky that Aspie, Rudiger, and all these players stepped up and blocked some clear opportunities that Foden, Mahrez, De Bruyne, De Bruyne wasn't in the game at that point. All these players had. You could do the same thing. Like, at the end of the day, the result is you got a clean sheet. I don't care how the fuck you did it. It's never clean. It's never easy.
I don't think 2021 is a good thing to use.
It's just
I was going to say
first
that's a horrible comparison.
This is one of the worst, Marshall, actually.
Fine, use the Bayern one.
Sure.
The Bayern one
We weren't a good team.
Either.
We weren't the better team on the night, but we ended up getting a result.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't keep a clean sheet, but like, I don't know, man. I think the 2021 run, to use as your point, you go back and watch the 90s if you want. We weren't conceding a ton of chances.
No, I get that. When you watch the final of the Man City game, the second half was all Man City.
And again, Marshall, there's a difference as well. Again, the point here is easy to play against. In that Champions League run under Tuchel, we were never easy to play against because the way Tuchel set us up. As a team, we are super easy to play against. We are super easy to play through.
Yeah, but again, it goes back to what you were saying earlier this season. You pointed out all these examples, and you said Sanchez stepped up or Moises. Like, at the end of the day, Scott, we kept a clean sheet. Like, I don't know. Maybe it rubbed me the wrong way. Maybe that you said like we're a shit team. Yeah, I'm sitting in fourth place, thinking, how the fuck can I possibly be shit?
You can be easy to play against and be in fourth place. When Lampard was our coach, we were easy to play against, and we were in fourth place.
Those two things can coexist. Pete made a point earlier of like you could be easy to play against and not lose. Like Liverpool, the season they won the Premier League, they were super easy to play against. They got outplayed in most games they played in. They just had killers up front that outscored most teams they played against.
Yes.
That's the difference. The issue we have is we are super easy to play against because our midfield and defense doesn't have enough players in it in terms of like being able to just shut teams out or close teams down.
Take the season Leicester won the league. Arsenal were really easy to play against and finished in second place.
Okay.
Like, being hard to play against does not equate to automatically finishing higher up the table. Like, the team that finishes 20th isn't the easiest team to play against in every case.
Yeah. Can I ask you a question, Marshall? Why do you not think that we're harder to play against at the release? Like, can you at least explain your position as to why? I think if you give your position, I think.
I think Sunderland are harder to play
least.
against than we are, without a doubt.
Sure. Yeah.
Even
I'll give you that. Yeah. It's so the part that I just because I think the Chelsea needs some beast in their team. I think I agree with that. I look at João Pedro, I look at Delap, doesn't intimidate me at fuck at all. I look at our center back pairing, doesn't intimidate me, barring Fofana. Like I get that. I agree with that. I think we do need some more monsters in the team that are like Moises Caicedo level kind of players. They're not nasty to play against or hard to break down. That's where I disagree. Why? Because look at how many yellow cards we accumulated. We are nasty to play against. We play dirty. It's part of the game.
Hold on. Trap card. You've activated my trap card. We led the league in yellows under Poch, but we conceded 63 goals. Hold on, brother.
Yeah, we were shit defensively, but this time we're not a shit.
Hold on.
Did we only concede 63 with them?
Yeah. We scored 77, though. It's like
That's mad, yeah.
To this day, I'll sit here and say Pochettino had the right idea. He just went about that insanely. Like, if you are trying to aim for 4th or 5th place, the just score goals and figure it out method is much better than trying to win every game 1-0. Like, United, yes, they're kind of terrible, but what they are doing is scoring goals.
Yeah.
When you score more goals, you're going to be closer to 5th than you are 10th, generally, when you're that kind of mid. So, yeah, under Poch, we weren't hard to play against. We had a ton of yellow cards, and we conceded a ton, but we also scored a bunch. Like, it happens. We see it all the time.
Yeah, but that's kind of where, like, I get at, where, like, I don't necessarily... Like, I see what you guys are saying in terms of, like, the strategy... Well, it was there in the beginning of the season. I don't know if it's there now, of, like, just... long ball to the center backs. They have no aerial ability. They can beat them. You can out physical them. I don't think it's been there as of recently, at least with West back in the lineup. But there was that strategy everyone was doing. Just commit to the long ball, shoot it at their center backs, skip over the midfield, and you'll get a chance against Chelsea. I don't think it's there as much as it was in the beginning of the season, but I still see it as a liability. But in terms of like, we are nasty to play against. We will commit fouls. We will shoulder barge you. I mean, we got away with one again with Newcastle. Like we are a very, very physical team. When we're up for it, we have a crazy press, and it's just stuff like that. We're very physical. I don't think we're super easy to break down. Most games, we are pretty much in possession for most of it. We will concede a chance or two, but I just think.
You guys know we had a plus 43 goal difference in 21-22?
Oh my god!
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
What did we have last season in comparison?
24, I want to say. 21 plus 21.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's super.
Plus 43. Hey, man. The narratives though that people will run with about Chelsea.
Oh no, of course.
But yeah, so Lampard, for reference, in his full season, we conceded 54 goals. The season before, we conceded 39, and the full season after, we conceded 36. But in the season where Lampard, in his full season where we conceded 54, we scored 69 goals. We were the third highest scorers in the league, behind City and Liverpool.
Shout out Lamps, man. Shout out Lamps.
So yes, in general, if you want to be that flavor of mid, you need to score goals. Like, so people are like, oh, Pochettino conceded this many. Yes, that is true. It was bad. We were all there. But if you score 77, you can get away with criminal acts.
Yeah.
I do think it's nasty how in Poch's season, teams in 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th all conceded 60 plus.
I also think of something that I think we always forget about with Poch season was that his games were like almost end to end at times, right? You were playing
on purpose.
Games. Yeah.
Right, right. And I think for me, to an extent, right, that's kind of what made it work, because he was like, attackers just do whatever you want, essentially, or just basically do whatever you want, right?
You're gonna bet on talent in that environment, yeah.
Right, and I think low-key, to an extent, right, that's something that, for all of Poch's faults, I actually kind of respect him for the few things I respect about Poch. He believes, And I respect that, by the way.
I would have done probably the same thing if I was him. I would have just decided on a center back pairing earlier, and Colo would have never been playing left back under him. That's like true. My main critique. Like, you spent almost the entire season chopping and changing center backs, and we only settled on a pairing once we got to like March or whatever. And it's like, oh, it's too fucking late. Like, just I don't know.
It was Chalaba and who?
By the way, I didn't even realize. I was looking now. United about to score more goals than us this season.
Yeah, a couple more.
They spent.
I didn't realize that.
They spent, $500 million on their new attack. Cunha and Buemo, Sesko.
I don't think they spent any more than us, to be honest.
I think they did.
Credit should be given. Credit. I think. Listen, I think if you look at the quality of attack.
Hold on, Sesko was 80, Cunha was 50, and Buemo was 50. They spent 180.
Ahmed Diallo was only 1 point. Ahmed Diallo was like 40 million.
Yeah, most of the good run
summer?
under Poch, he only used Badiashile Chalaba or Badiashile and Thiago Silva.
Literally, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Silva, true. Yeah.
Yeah,
bro, we've
just in general in this league, if you're trying to achieve,
man.
What's that?
Sorry, I'm just looking at our attack, bro. We've only scored one more goal than Liverpool this season, and everyone's talked about how their attack has been dog shit this season. I hate this team.
Yeah, it is a problem. It's not great.
I mean, that's just a different perspective, right? Because if I'm looking at that, I would actually be laughing at Liverpool.
Nation, man.
I mean, our attack stinks mainly because, out of the left wing position, we just don't get shit.
Yeah, 100%.
So it's like
we don't get enough of return on that left.
And we only get returns inconsistently from one of the two striker options. So, any given match, you're not getting shit from two of the three front positions. So when you look at it like that, Scott, we have in theory, realistically, if we're not getting a goal from Enzo or Caicedo, we have two guys on the pitch in the attacking third that are gonna score a goal for us.
Listen, my thoughts on Delap are very well known, but I just feel like the problem for us is just that
my god,
what's
sorry,
now?
I'm just getting so many ads going to transfer market right now.
Okay, sorry, I was just gonna make the point that I just think for me, when we talk about a lot of our attackers, bro, I feel like particularly our strikers. In particular, I feel like there's obviously an issue, particularly with the way they are playing, and then it's also a combination, right, of then the level of creation that's even happening for them as a result. If that makes sense, right? So it's almost like a bit of column A and then column B.
Scott, I apologize. I got the number wrong. In terms of their attack, each of their attackers was pretty much around about 74 million euros. I'm looking at it right now on Transfer Market. So 74 for Cunha, 75 for Mbuemo, and 76 for Sesko. So they should have a better attack than us.
Euros.
Yeah, it's in euros. Yeah,
that's basically 190 pounds, by the way, 190 million pounds.
I was gonna say we spent. So when everyone in our attack is starting, we spent 50 on João Pedro. We spent 40 on Garnacho.
Mamma mia.
And then 60 something on Neto.
Last summer, 140.
Right, I think you've made your point now, Scott. Chill out, please.
Yeah.
So
we spent 140 on our attack last season for potential, pretty much. But continuing with these comments, right? Neville said Maresca is a fantastic coach, but it almost feels like he needs experienced players, and Chelsea's young team need an experienced manager. It's young and young. I don't know about need an experienced manager, but I can see some experienced players coming in here and helping, especially on our left wing. Enzo Maresca knew what he was signing up for when he joined last year. Chelsea disliked him using the success of the past 6 months to act out. Fuck off. What did
I say, Marshall? Remember what I used to I say every time on this stream? They actually have been watching Casually FC, bro. They're watching Casually FC, bro. Remember what I've been saying? Remember what I've been saying? He knew Maresca knew what he signed up for. They're actually watching Casually FC, bro.
Hey, big up Guardian Sport, man. Feeling the pulse of the fans out there. Chelsea disliked him for acting out based off the success in the previous 6 months, which Fuck off, dude. I think he has a right to ask for a center back after everything he did. One source pointed out earlier this week that Maresca was happy to toe the line last season. A dim view is taken of his change of behavior, and another figure adds that Chelsea have been good for Maresca. They took a chance by recruiting him from a championship club. Fuck, I'm getting so annoyed reading this. A dim view.
You don't have to
Chelsea
read it.
I'm gonna for the people, Pete. I'm gonna for the people.
Okay.
Chelsea have been good for Maresca. They took a chance by recruiting him from a championship club and upping his pay. Maresca is an experienced coach. He is playing a dangerous game. There is no guarantee that he will walk into a better job, while Chelsea have no desire to make a mid-season managerial change. Their hand may be forced if the mood becomes toxic and the team's form is
Sorry, was that
Go for it, bro.
Sorry, that quote about like there is no guarantee of walking into a better job, was this tweeted before or after the Manchester City links?
Definitely after. It's
Before.
after.
I think it was after. Yeah.
It's after because it's the 19th of December. So it's after.
Yeah,
Interesting.
I just find it so backhanded. Like, you wouldn't be as successful if we didn't pick you. Like, go fuck yourself, dude. You directors wouldn't be as successful if you were if it wasn't for
as I said
him.
before, I said this before, bro. This opinion is always going to be the opinion. I knew this was the opinion, bro. I knew this was the opinion was. That's why whenever you and I speak, they don't care about Maresca, bro. They're like, listen, we brought you up, we made you up. You signed a contract, bro. You do what we tell you.
These ungrateful fucks, man. They should care about Maresca. They are the reason they're in the job right now. Or Maresca is the reason they're still in the job. At least I would.
They don't see it that way, though.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, they don't see it
The
that way.
arrogance is crazy, bro.
They see, listen, they genuinely see him, and I've said this before. They see him as an employee, bro. They don't see him as anything else. You're an employee.
You know what it feels like? This is probably a good comparison. It feels like when you're like an up and coming musician, right? Like let's say Ed Sheeran for the sake of argument. You're Ed Sheeran. You're doing well for yourself, right? And then a record label picks you up, and then the record label takes credit for how famous you are. Like, brother, I was making my way to the top, but you gave me a record deal, and I said, "Fuck it, there's money in there. Let me do this." You didn't give me the fame; it's all the work I did. You helped platform me, which give credit to I guess the directors if you want to do that. You helped platform Maresca, sure. But motherfucker, this guy did all the work.
So are you saying the SDs are basically Diddy? So they're taking credit for everything. You know, I made you, I created you. You know what I mean? Hopefully about the other stuff, obviously. But like, that's what you basically saying, Marshall.
Yeah, that's kind of what it feels like.
Yes.
Say that again, Pete.
They're Diddy without the sex trafficking, but. Yeah.
I can't lie. This.
I don't know.
Oh, what does Scott say?
I can't lie. Sex trafficking scandal would actually be the only way of getting him out of the football club. So you never know.
Hey, you know what?
Hey.
You know what, Scott? For the greater good, we might have to cook something up. I agree. I'm trying to save us.
The only way of getting him out of the football club.
I'm trying to save us. I am
Reading
looking at the bigger picture here. You guys
reading more into this Guardian Sport article, right? Stewart and Winstanley give regular tactical and technical feedback to Maresca after games, no matter the result. The sense is that someone annoyed him by questioning whether his substitutions cost Chelsea in their recent defeat by Atalanta. Chelsea remained in the dark, though. On Friday, Maresca said general discussions with the sporting directors this week had not focused on the Everton press conference. He said nobody had asked to clear the air with him. Asked whether that should have happened, Maresca replied, "I don't know. That was just a press conference after the game." He also said the following on what he learned from this week. "We won against Everton, achieved a semifinal, and drew with Newcastle, which is always an important result. I'm happy with the reaction of the players." He also said, "My last week has been good. We beat Everton, beat Cardiff, and drew to Newcastle. In terms of results, I'm happy." Enzo Maresca's new agent, Jorge Mendes, is close to Hugo Viana, City's sporting director. There is speculation that the links with City have emboldened Maresca and form on an attempt to gain more power at Chelsea, who have built a structure that leaves no room for a manager to call the shots. Maresca did not back down when he addressed reports on Friday morning. Chelsea have put the drama surrounding head coach Enzo Maresca over the past weeks behind them as quickly as possible. That is certainly the intention, but it might be easier said than done now that there has been another twist added to the plot. Maresca is on the wish list of potential Pep Guardiola replacements at Manchester City if he leaves at the end of the season. However, Chelsea believe they are in a strong position, firstly because of his lengthy contract, and secondly because of the structure they have built.
Can we come back to a previous point? Actually?
Yeah, sure.
We've been talking about, which is can you just go back to the one before that where they were talking about it's the one before this one. I don't know if you've got that one, Marshall.
What are they talking about?
One more. It's the bigger one. It's the big one. The one before this one.
This
right,
one.
Which is
the Guardian Sport one.
Like this bit, I remember one of the things that we talked about, I remember on the thing when the interview came out was that I was like, someone probably questioned him about the fact why is someone not getting subbed. Right, one of the players that played a lot of minutes got subbed, and that's probably why.
Look at that game again,
right? If you remember, that was the game where Enzo had that absolute.
That was the one where Gusto came on into midfield.
Yeah, I remember. Gusto was number 10 at the time. Remember, I threw 2-1 down.
Yeah.
So I remember that one, and I was like, I'm not surprised. I wasn't surprised when something like that happened, and listen, at the time I was getting a lot of heat for it. But I was like, if they questioned him, I'm not really shocked. You know what I mean? Because that is a valid question. Like, so the thing is, if something, what are we not allowed to question why Enzo was on the pitch for almost the whole game?
No, that's not that. That question shouldn't come from the sporting directors. No, if he's not allowed to question why they didn't get him a center back and walk into their office, and if that doesn't go both ways, those guys do not need to be getting into making tactical in-game decisions and questioning the guy they hired to make those fucking decisions. What coaching badges do they have? What experience managing do they have? It's bullshit.
I think I get what you mean.
Agree.
That's micromanaging. That's micromanaging from somebody who can't do the job better than him, so they don't need to micromanage in that way. It's bullshit.
I get so I get what you mean, Peter. But I think from their perspective, I'm just going. They're like, we're the sporting directors. Obviously, we're holding the sporting product together, right? No, I get. So what they would probably be saying, is like, listen, we have a right to question why did you not make that sub? Why is that player playing way too many minutes, right?
Yes.
That's bullshit.
No, I agree with
from somebody without a coaching background. That's complete bullshit.
But that's what I mean. Like, I think I remember I forget which outlet was saying it, but they insist on this rotation and they insist that their model is the solution, and they don't really have.
They have no proof.
Relying off data.
The way
they're relying off data. There's not been a proven method.
There's no proof of concept that their way is the way.
Yeah, exactly. But they insist that there is the way. We will get results if you stick to the plan, Maresca. And that's like, brother, I think there's a way where you can come to some type of agreement. Because the way I see it right now, if this keeps going the way it's going, I'm not worried about Maresca. I'm just worried about this club in general in terms of its future. Because I don't see any manager wanting to come into this club and actually wanting to work in this kind of environment.
Marshall, this club is fucked for as long as in the long term, for as long as these sporting directors and these owners are here. Because my thing with all this is like, if it comes to it, sack Maresca, cool. Bring in De Zerbi, cool. What are you going to do in 6 months when he tells you to jettison Garnacho out of the football club because he doesn't suit the way he plays, or to jettison Robert Sanchez out of a missile or out of a cannon out the stadium because he doesn't suit how he plays or he falls out of them again, or he's telling you he wants this? And he is, like he did at Brighton, coming out in the media and complaining because he will. Because where is Maresca? He's more as a reserved Italian. De Zerbi is your typical fiery Italian. He will make comments in the media like he did at Brighton. And cool. So when you sack him in 18 months, like you sack Maresca and like you sack Poch, what are you gonna do then? Is it then cool? You move on to the next dude. It's McKenna. And then when he does the same, it's cool, and it's just a never-ending cycle. And it's like, it's just pointless. It's a waste of time.
At some point,
So,
I don't think it's pointless though, because I think at some point,
100%.
someone in I was about to say administration, someone in the chain of command has to see the common denominator. If they're competent, right? And I would like to believe, to an extent, our owners are competent.
Assuming competence.
Yes, assuming competence.
I was going to say, based on assuming competence, based on what?
Based on the fact that you don't just simply stumble upon a,
But
you know,
Marshall,
clear
here's
like
the
capital
problem.
and all that.
Here's the problem. We have no proof of concept that this method works.
Yeah, exactly.
So they're asking for a whole lot of one-way blind faith.
To be fair, and I say this loosely, someone, I think it was Alex when I talked to him yesterday, mentioned this. I think it's a good point to mention. It could also not be the sporting director's fault. It could be that they're taking the brunt of it because this is orders from Iqbali. Because I read somewhere again where Iqbali's the micromanaging one, that Boli's admitted that Boli has micromanaging tendencies.
That's fine. Then
of course they're micromanaging because the guy who signs their checks likes to micromanage. Of course, we understand. But they knew, like, in the same way, Ahmed's like, Maresca, you knew what you signed up for, mate. Don't bitch about it. That same logic goes right to them and how they do their jobs.
True. I agree.
Also, Marshall, like,
that's a fair
if that
point.
is the case, and it probably is, then we're fucked anyway, because then it doesn't matter who we sign. He's going to do the same thing again. And also, he's going to go for guys like Winstanley and Stewart, who have, well, Stewart had a little bit, but like Winstanley, who had never done this job before. Because he's not going to go for a Hugo Viana.
They're going to be
or he's not going to go
exactly
for a
what he wants.
Yeah, like he might go for an Edu, who he can control. He's not going to go for someone who has a big personality. Like, he's not going for a Campos, or he's not going for a Michael Edwards. So we're screwed anyway. So at this point, like I've said this, we're not winning a league title under this ownership. We're not unless we get incredibly lucky with the manager.
If
we're not winning a league title.
If micromanaging is the goal, right? If that's how we want to win, you are going to put personalities in positions that you feel you can control. You're going to steer away from an Oliver Glasner. You're going to steer away from a De Zerbi. You're going to steer away from a Michael Edwards. You're going to steer away from a Luis Campos. You're going to steer away from anybody who has any sort of track record of success that could look you in the eyes and say, what the fuck do you know about accomplishing the task you're hiring me for? Like, it's always a bad situation when the employees know more about the job than their bosses. And it's even worse when the bosses know that the employees know that the bosses don't know shit. Like, that's the territory we're entering at this club. That's the way it comes across to me. So you're only going to be in the market for a certain type of coach. People are going to get pulled in by the allure of working for Chelsea and a chance, and you have a chance to be great, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Maresca's been here a year and a half. He's done about as well as he can, and now he's getting fucking sick of this. And you know what? I don't blame him, because it's his reputation that's on the line.
And you know what? Like, on that point too, I find it so audacious that they find it almost offensive that Maresca is flaunting the fact, or now he's acting up because he won 2 trophies. Motherfucker, he should act up. Like, if trophies don't give you confidence, if trophies don't instill some type of ego in you, then what the fuck will it do?
If Maresca can't earn a say in decision making by what he brings them, what the fuck is the point of working here and assuming all the short-term risk while these guys get to play out some long-term plan and be shielded from any and all criticism? It doesn't make any sense.
And someone said it earlier as well. It might have been Coco, I can't remember. That same success, by the way, that he managed to get them within the 6 months, whatever it was, that's how they got a new 6-year contract.
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
So he can't use that same 6 months.
It's so out of touch.
I was going to say, not even that they wouldn't be here. They would be here because I've said this before. They're not getting sacked. They're going to be here until there's a literal scandal about them. They're never getting sacked. Because every time we hire someone, whether it be Fallows, whether it be whoever, Shields, they're working underneath these guys. Like they're going to be here forever until they die, basically. Why can't Maresca have a bit of confidence and a bit of bravado and have a bit of like say in his work and what needs to happen on a football pitch based on that same 6 months, but they get contract extensions? When what they had done previous to him in terms of signing,
can I give you an example though? This is
where. Hold on a minute.
Sorry, Scott. I know
they've made, the work they've done in terms of getting those signings, whether that be Enzo Caicedo nearly fumbling them, or the piss poor appointments they've made prior to him, but he can't use that same, same winning to prop himself up.
But this is what Scott. Yeah, I'm gonna use the thing here about where they were previously, right? Particularly, let's use Stanley. Stanley, I think, is a great example of this. Yeah, if you remember, he was at Brighton before this, right? And if you remember, the derby got them Europe for the first time, right? This is just after Potter came. This is after Potter left, obviously, for us at the time, right? He got Europe, and then he was assuming that Brighton would then obviously back him, give him more players, and maybe let him have a bigger say. But if you remember, what happened at Brighton was they didn't really let him have a say at all. They brought in, they basically still followed their own model, right? And you saw what happened to them afterwards, right? The season after, where they basically struggled to play both in Europe and obviously beat the league.
I don't remember if it was 9th or 11th they finished, but it wasn't good.
Yeah, it wasn't good, right? But then
you're slightly wrong, Ahmed. It wasn't that they didn't bring in who he wanted. It's that they didn't reinforce enough. Like they didn't bring in enough players for him. It's similar to what's happening with Glasner now at Palace. It's not that they didn't get his players. It's like they got Europe, and they didn't get more players in to cope with having Europe and League at the same time. Is what they didn't do.
Yeah. But either way, whatever he needed wasn't afforded to him, right? And he's and essentially, bro. And the thing is, but they never really bow down to the manager. If that makes sense, right? Yeah. They were like, bro, you're here to coach, bro. Simple as that, right? And then obviously, you know what happened. He left he's at Marseille now, essentially, and that. They've got that guy that they got from the German league. I forget whose name escapes me.
You guys feel something similar is happening at Palace right now?
But the thing is, with Palace, that was always the thing with Palace. They never had the facilities, the cash flow to really black glass.
Yeah, most of these teams don't have the facilities in terms of financial capabilities to immediately make changes. Like Palace probably could have done more, but it's like they bought in a new striker, they bought in a new left wing back, they bought in a new goalkeeper. I think that was on a free. They bought in. I think they bought in a new centre back. They did bring in a new centre back. So they have brought in new players. They just haven't invested enough to the point where to compete in both. And it's a similar thing with Brighton in terms of because of their model as well. Not the model, but what Tony Bloom does. They're always going to try and recruit. In a certain way. And so, they just didn't invest enough in terms of, or didn't get enough players in. So, it'll be a similar thing with Palace. And I think the only way you fix that is by getting a couple years of Europe, and then you can start getting more and more guys in.
Did we lose Scott?
No, I'm still here. I've finished my point.
Oh, okay. Oh, Scott, the way you finish your point sometimes makes it seem like you're going to keep talking. It just throws me off every time. Matt, one more thing I wanted to add to this segment, right? Matt Law said this. I've been saying for years that the teams often reflect their coach, their behavior, and their style of play, and Chelsea clearly play in Maresca's style. I think Chelsea genuinely behave in the image of their coach. In the first half against Newcastle, as I was saying, with all the complaining and moaning, their childish behavior, forgive me, but I think that partly comes from the coach because they see how he reacts on the touchline and they react in the same way. It's hard to disagree with that, to be honest.
I don't agree with that. It's funny how we have opposite opinions on almost everything. Every match,
Pete, he gets yellow. He's gotten so many yellow cards on that touchline this season already.
Dude.
Say that one more time, Pete. I didn't hear that.
He's gotten 3, right?
He's been red carded. He's been red carded once, and I think he's got 4.
Okay, running down the touchline to celebrate a stoppage time winner. Oh no, what a bad.
Yeah, I know.
No, I'm just giving the
people on this, but people on this panel have been critical of
the
that.
Touchline antics, hinting at insecurity, which is adopted in the performance of your team. It's like I see every fucking manager yelling at the fourth official and the ref. Like that's not a unique thing to Chelsea. Like I don't know. Like there's plenty of ways you could argue that our first half performances, especially away from home, are decently poor without latching on to a manager's touchline antics, which aren't even unique to him.
There's another point I wanted to make slightly that's gonna connect to like a future topic that you're gonna talk about anyway, which is that I do feel like low-key, obviously, it seems to me if the stuff that came out recently about a certain winger that we're gonna discuss, right? And
You're 2 topics away.
Right, I know, but there's a reason why I'm bringing that topic up is that I do feel like low-key, this is my theory, yeah, that they are going to do this thing in January where they're like, you know what, big man, we'll give you that guy, an experienced player or two, but we're gonna put a gun to your head essentially, which is that you better win a trophy or something like that, basically. Genuinely, that's what I think it's gonna be, bro. And if you don't win it, and if you don't win it, bro,
you think too highly of these owners. You think too highly.
No. This is me thinking about them really poorly because it actually makes because I low key it actually makes logical because there's logic to this too because they're like look at the way they're speaking about him, bro, and look at the stuff they're doing. So that for me, it actually makes logical sense for them to be like, you know what, we'll give you 1 or 2 of these guys if they don't perform right and you don't win a trophy, basically, you are gone. And the logic is very sound.
Did they do that with Pochettino?
What? No, but
that'd be a very silly way to run the team because if we do like a cup double for the domestic cups and the dude now has 4 trophies to his name, just hypothetically, but we finished 6th, right? We barely missed Champions League. He has 4 trophies. Are you guys are gonna sack him? Okay, no problem. Like, okay, I don't know.
Also, yeah, I was gonna say, then, you've also then put yourself in a position where if that does happen, all your credibility is gone. You then
and the next guy
also
has to win everything immediately.
I was, but not even that. Like, let's say you keep Maresca because he's won you 2 trophies, but you miss Champions League. You're then in a position where he's validated, but you then can't get him more players because you've missed Champions League. So it doesn't matter anyway.
Because I'm
gonna be honest. Like January is just a loss anyway. Like it's all like as we're about to talk about. Like January's a write-off. The season's kind of a write-off. But yeah, like it's just I don't believe they're going to do anything. Like I don't think they make a single signing in the window. When I say signing, is in like signing for this window, not some stupid pre-agreement or whatever for the summer. I don't think they do a single thing in the window outside of maybe recall one of the centre backs back from loan, but I don't see why you would because Semenyo is injured again, and I don't know how Sar's doing. Well, I don't even think Sar could Sar even play for us in Europe.
Yes, you can play in multiple different European comps for.
Okay.
Or you can play for the same different teams, whatever the rule is.
Yeah, no, like Sar, like could, but also apparently he hasn't been great this season. So like sure, and he also plays on the right side, so he'd have to be the Fofana replacement, and like just play Josh. So yeah, they're not going to do nothing, man. I've already accepted.
Yeah, we know this already. Let's move on to the next topic because obviously we want to talk about Semenyo. That's coming up right after this one. But really quickly, little detour. Smash up the like if you haven't done so already, chat. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you're new here. Hype up the video if you have some high points. And check out the links in the description. The next topic, going to make a quick pit stop, is not really related to Chelsea, but related to one of my favorite players who used to play for Chelsea. And that's Thiago Silva. He is back in Europe, and he is going to be playing for Porto. So he's going to be their Pepe, pretty much. So Thiago Silva to FC Porto. Here we go. The Brazilian defender is back in Europe as planned. Agreement signed on short-term deal for Thiago, new center back for Farioli, and strongly wanted by Andre Villas-Boas. Deal until June 2026, plus option until June 2027. So 1 year. And then I just wanted to post this because I think this is a badass freaking announcement poster. But yeah, good for Thiago Silva. He's back in Europe. I never doubted he could play at this level still. I think the Pochettino season did him a little dirty. I think if he played under Enzo Maresca, he wouldn't have looked nearly as bad as he did under that Poch season. And I was saying here before, I think it was the last Casually FC after you guys left, I was saying I would take Thiago Silva in a heartbeat. I would get rid of Tosin and bring me Thiago Silva, and I'll be much happier. And I think defensively we'll look a lot more sound. So yeah, my 2 cents of Thiago Silva. I don't know if you guys have anything to add, or maybe you want to. Maybe some of you kind of wanted this to happen at Chelsea.
I have a different question.
What's up?
Do you guys think he gets called into Brazil for the World Cup?
If they win the league, yes, which I think they will.
Who is
We're just
Militao and
considering-
Gabriel right now? That's their pairing?
Militao got injured again.
Ooh, okay, then I think so, yes. Because
he hasn't
Gabriel's
technically
going back.
retired from Brazil, right?
Yeah.
Let me have a
he's
look and
retired.
see who's in there.
No, it's actually Pete. There's articles saying that this is an attempt for him to get back into the Brazilian team.
Well, I was going to say, I'm looking at their team. So the last group that got called up there, Militao, who's now injured. I can't remember what with. Marquinhos. Danilo is technically a centre back now, like more than a right back. They've got some 29-year-old from Cruzeiro.
Hey man,
The only person that isn't in the team that wasn't in the team as regular was Gabriel. See, I think he could get in there. Like, I don't know if he'd start, but I think he can make the team.
I think he makes the team, especially with Ancelotti being the coach now,
Mm-hmm.
because it's only
I think
season for Porto.
Yeah, and like I said, I think if they win the league title, which I think they will now, they already were top and already were unbeaten in 14 games. This, I think, just solidifies them to win that league title. Then I think he'll make it.
He's also 41, people. Just want to point that out.
Well, yeah, sure, but like he's clearly.
Impressive.
It wouldn't make sense to go to Europe for 6 months if you were just planning on chilling and not going to the World Cup.
I think part of it, Pete, is because he wants to be closer to his family too. To be fair, in London, so I think that's part to do with it. His son just got promoted to our under 18s, under 21s.
Congrats to him, but like, this is clearly I'm trying to get in the World Cup squad, right? Or am I crazy?
Yeah, no, that too. I think it's two things, that and the World Cup thing. Because listen, Scott said it. If there's a center back from Caicedo in there, Thiago Silva was playing in that same exact league. I don't see why he wouldn't have gotten picked. You know,
I just don't understand a 6-month contract unless it's just for eyes to a World Cup. I get wanting to be closer to your family.
I think it's both, and I think he'll do well. I think if anything, the Portuguese league need more better defenders. Or not better defenders. Actually, no, I take that back. I'm thinking the opposite. They need better attackers. But defensively, I think he'll do a good job there. I mean, Pepe did a pretty good job while he was there. And how old was Pepe when he just retired?
Yes.
Militao has a ruptured hamstring tendon.
Yeah, he's out. He's not making it to the World Cup.
He's going to be out till April.
I mean, he might. Yeah, he'll probably make the World Cup, but like it's gonna be touch and go. By the way, sorry, I'm looking at some of the centre backs he's going to be playing with at Porto. So obviously Jakub Kiwior was there on loan. I didn't even realise that Jan Bednarek played for Porto.
Yeah,
Bednarek is still playing. What the fuck?
Yep, he's only like
He actually started, bro. There is no way they're starting. Bro, they're starting their starting centre back partnership, where they are top of the table, unbeaten, is Bednarek and Kivior.
Yep.
Bro, that
Wow.
league is jokes.
Oh man, but yeah, big up Thiago Silva. Congrats, and hopefully, like Pete said, hopefully this is a move to probably pedestal him for a place in the Brazilian team, which I think Brazil would benefit from having Thiago Silva in that team, even as someone that's in the locker room. And yeah, we'll keep an eye on it. Listen, I'll keep an eye on him because I'm a fan, and I do enjoy watching Thiago Silva play. And yeah, we'll see how he does at Porto. Pepe could do it at 42, so I don't see why Thiago Silva can't. Pepe also really good center back.
Pepe still play?
No, he retired
No, he
last year.
retired.
Yeah, he retired at 41 or 42. Same age as Thiago Silva. Or give or take. I think Silva's maybe a few months younger. But yeah, so that's that segment on Thiago Silva. All right. Now we got to address the elephant in the room.
29.
Who was that? What?
Jan Bednarek is only 29.
Oh, you would have fooled me. Would have fooled me. All right. So this shouldn't come as a surprise. Semenyo links. They came in to win. It lasted 6 hours. So what started it all was this clip, right? Semenyo is a Chelsea fan. He's talking about, he's trying on a few kits and he's saying, oh, we won the Champions League. So people started to run with it. And then we started getting links. So Sky Cava Ben Jacobs reporting that Chelsea entered the race for Semenyo. Chelsea have made an inquiry on signing Semenyo in January. They're looking at the conditions of a possible deal. Ornstein drops the bomba. Chelsea make initial inquiry for Antoine Semenyo. Camp over conditions of January switch. Chelsea have already intended to sign one attacker next summer, so move for AFC Bournemouth forward would be accelerating plans among multiple contenders, according to The Athletic and Sky Sports News. Matt Law also mentioned and reiterates, Chelsea today checked the conditions of the Antoine Semenyo transfer for January. No certainty they make a move or join the race at this stage. Full story below. Fabrizio also saying it as well. Chelsea also called today to inquire about the deal conditions for Antoine Semenyo. £65 million release clause expires January 10th. Chelsea came to the table in an audacious swoop on Monday evening after 25-year-old Antoine Semenyo had spent the day off weighing up his options. The Ghana international was born in West London and has an affiliation with Chelsea. Antoine Semenyo was close to choosing Man City before Chelsea called on Monday night, according to Chris Wheeler. BBC Sports said that Antoine Semenyo has started the process of deciding his future as Chelsea become the latest club to register an interest in the Bournemouth forward. From a financial perspective, well-placed sources insist interested clubs are all willing to pay a very similar remuneration package to Semenyo, whose final decision will be made with an emphasis on his personal sporting ambitions. It is understood that Semenyo will prioritize joining a club he believes can provide him with what he views as the most suitable project to compete for major trophies on a long-term basis. The location, that's not Chelsea, the location and impact on his family will also be a contributing factor, with a decision expected in the coming days. As Semenyo reflects on his options, it is understood he does not want the saga to become a long, drawn-out process, according to Sammy Mockbell and Nizar Kinsella. PYS London, with his sources, said that Chelsea see Antoine Semenyo as a Swiss Army knife, multi-position attacker, left-wing striker, right-wing. Inquiry made to understand how the release clause structure works and wages Semenyo's would want. FWIW, from what it's worth, thank you. Heard recently Chelsea, like Ilman Ndiaye and are still watching Yildiz contract negotiations closely. Signing Semenyo now will rule out an attacking wing signing in the summer. And then we have this. Bournemouth would welcome pre-agreement or buy a loan back so they can keep Semenyo until next season. It would be attractive for Chelsea. Chelsea will not break the wage structure to sign Semenyo. And here we go. This is pretty much where it breaks out. 6 hours later, Ornstein comes out with this. Chelsea have confidence in the depth and quality of head coach Maresca's existing options. Chelsea will continue to monitor options for an attacking signing in 2026, while also rewarding the leading performers already at their disposal. Chelsea have always downplayed entering the race for Antoine Semenyo, but told they have actually considered an approach in the last few days. An initial inquiry was made to Semenyo's representatives. Manchester clubs viewed as frontrunners, Liverpool assessing their November contract. Semenyo was never interested in the Chelsea project, according to I Am Rahman Osman. And another Ornstein Bamba here, Chelsea decide against pursuing Antoine Semenyo. Made initial inquiry, but not planning to go further. Confidence in depth, quality of existing options will continue to look at attack signings in 2026 and reward leading players. Breaking, Chelsea have decided not to pursue Antoine Semenyo further at this point, made a preliminary inquiry and have respect for the player, but belief in current Chelsea attackers still an openness to summer auditions. Also understand there is a plan to reward current performing players within the squad. Man City and Bournemouth will be in direct talks with Antoine Semenyo. £65 million release clause available until January 10th, but Manchester City will approach Bournemouth, discuss potential deal structure and payment terms. Semenyo's preference is Man City. And those managed to decide his future soon. United and City are pushing. Liverpool called in November. No follow-up so far. But Liverpool can be active this window. Spurs not advance for Semenyo. £65 million release clause expires in January. Breaking, City are progressing. Complete deal for Antoine Semenyo in the next few days. As revealed, City have been pushing in the last 12 hours to accelerated talks. Semenyo indicated City as a favorite destination despite Man United trying hard and Chelsea Spurs out of the race. Chelsea will continue to look at an attack signing in 2026, but not going forward with Antoine Semenyo. And that's it for that. Yeah, that was actually it for that. Yeah, so I should have ended it there. But yeah, I mean, am I disappointed? I'm going to be really honest and call me deluded. I genuinely don't care. It's my opinion, but I don't think Antoine Semenyo coming to Chelsea would have done anything for Chelsea, quite frankly. I just...
Interesting.
If Delap was a indicator of anything, I just think with Semenyo, I'm not saying he's a bad player. I think he is a good player. I just think a lot of people with Semenyo are hyping up the end of last season, the beginning of this season, maybe not looking into the context of how he's been playing recently. He hasn't been amazing. Bournemouth in general haven't been amazing. So there's that. And I just think when teams go up against Bournemouth, they just set up differently than how they would set up against Chelsea. And we're seeing that with Delap. It's very blatant that, all of a sudden now you have to play low blocks and now you don't look like the signing that we all wanted. I just think Semenyo is going to benefit more from a team that maybe doesn't have to go up against low blocks as often. I could be wrong, but that's just my assessment. I just think it would have been a waste of $60 million. He would have flopped at Chelsea. Not because he's a bad player, but just because of it's Chelsea. So I wasn't getting too hyped up about this. I also didn't think it was going to happen. Say that one more time, Pete? I didn't hear you.
You think he's going to flop at Manchester City?
I think he's going to struggle for a bit, but I think City is going to Pep and the players that City have that are very creative, like a Cherky, is going to help him. I don't think he's going to score as many goals at City because they have Haaland. They don't need Semenyo to score goals. So,
okay.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be like... Go ahead, Scott. Sorry.
Just to kind of, because I was looking, Foden has one less goal than Semenyo this season. Semenyo is the joint third top goal scorer in the league this season. Like, he's going to be fine. I'm glad he's going to City in a way, like, rather than anyone else. Just because I hope they should win the league title at this point. Like, I just want...
Me too.
Our plan and what I say plan in quotation marks. I just want what we're doing to be exposed on the highest level. Like, it needs to be. The whole... None of what happened is surprising. It's just more of the same. Like, it's the same as the Maignan thing. It's the same as the Elise and Osimhen and, like, everyone else. It's... Like... This whole PR thing of, we like our options. No, you found out how much Semenyo wanted in wages and went, we don't want to give you that. Like, that's what it is. Like, that's all it is. we trust our options. If they trusted their options, they wouldn't be signing another attacking player on top of the two that are already coming in the summer. That's interesting. So we've got our third striker in the space of 2 summer windows, and our fourth winger in the space of two summer windows coming in. And they're trying to get another attacking player, which will probably be a winger, but they really trust the attacking depth that we have. Also, just on a side note, if they are getting another attacker in, and you would assume it's probably a winger, based on, positionally speaking and everything else. Potentially, yeah, probably left winger. I'm just thinking of it's not going to be another striker. We'll have 4 at that point when we play 1. Even if you move João Pedro to backup 10, you'll still have 3 for 1 position. Seems stupid. Regardless of where it is, that means you gave some of these attackers 12 months to work. Which means you didn't really have any confidence in them to begin with. What was the point? Also, this idea of, you've got to give players time. No, because they're not going to get time. Because they're going to get 12 months, and then if they don't perform, they're going to get replaced. So they got to perform now. So I don't give a shit that Gittins and Garnacho aren't performing right now, or that they need time. They're not getting time. They don't get time. I play for Bournemouth or something.
Do a trade deal?
Yeah.
Both of those wingers for some. Yeah.
Dude. Maybe, but
he's clear of both those wingers.
Yeah, and that's the thing, guys.
And
I don't want to. What I want to make clear is that I do think Semenyo is a clear improvement on Garnacho and Gittins. I just don't think that 60 million pounds or 65 million pounds, I forget what the price was. I don't think it's going to really move the needle much. And if we're going to be paying that much, I do think we should be getting a needle mover. Like a Malik Fofana would have been a needle mover, in my opinion. I think that player is super talented and can break down low blocks. Semenyo, one more time, Scott.
Malik Fofana is not better than Semenyo.
I don't think he's better than Semenyo right now, but I do think the ceiling is higher than where Semenyo's at.
Yeah, cool. I don't give a shit about ceiling. All the ceiling talk means nothing to me. I'm talking about people who actually move the needle right now.
You can have someone that has a higher, the way I see, and I'm not saying they're the same caliber of player, but in terms of level of talent, I do see Malik Fofana as someone of a similar impact as Estevao. Similar impact, not the same. That he could come to this team and actually impact the game in and game out, but you'll see that he still has room to improve. I'm not really Gittins hit or miss, flip of a coin whether he can do that or not. And Garnacho, we've seen consistently, he's only really had 2 good games this season out of all the games he's played. So it's one of those where I think you bring in the Malik Fofana. He does make an impact. He does help us. And maybe he doesn't hit the highs of a Semenyo. But I do think eventually when he gets to 22, 23, 24, we want to start seeing more consistency.
Again, he doesn't have that time. He doesn't have that time.
No, but but you can buy yourself time if you actually perform now, which I think Malik Fofana can do.
Yeah, why would you wouldn't?
Marshall, how have you rationalized yourself into Malik Fofana but said no to Semenyo?
I don't understand.
Because for the price you're paying for Malik Fofana, which is how much was Malik Fofana going for? I'm pretty sure it was
it wasn't a lot. Million. Leon was broke. Yeah, it wasn't a lot. That's not the point. The reason you buy Malik Fofana is because it's a high upside player on a low amount.
Oh,
the reason you buy Semenyo is
euros.
Make it in your team right now.
Yeah, never mind.
They're 2 completely different type of players, and they're in 2 completely different stages of their careers. If you bought Malik Fofana, you need to play behind a Semenyo.
Well, but would you if we got go ahead, Chris? Right? Yeah,
Leon. He's injured.
Have you seen much of him?
I've seen a good amount.
I haven't. I looked. He's injured at the moment. He's got 3 goals in 9. 3 GNA in 9 games, in just under 750 minutes.
He's quite young as well, right?
Yeah, very young.
Yeah, he's 9.
Mm-hmm.
Hey man, you want to know what's worse than 2 developmental wingers? 3, baby.
3 developmental wingers.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't take him now. I'm just saying this was prior
I'll
to
take
Garnacho
Semenyo
and
because he's
Gittins.
like 25 and he's more prem.
But the thing is, like,
I've known him more so.
I think Semenyo comes in this Chelsea team now, and doesn't look, in terms of GNA, doesn't look that much better than Neto. In fact, I think because
That's
Neto has
insane.
the advantage of having been as a season here, I think Neto
That's
still has better
absolutely-
GNA.
Wait, no. Semenyo got like 12 goals in Premier League last season, I'm pretty sure, and like 8
That's
assists.
fucking nuts.
I'm just
Yeah, what?
because I remember seeing like he had a few good like amount of goals and assists he did. Semenyo.
Who?
You said he's the same as Nato's? Did you just say?
I'd say if he were to come to Chelsea this season, Semenyo, I don't
Yes.
think he has better GNA than Pedro Neto.
I think he would.
That's
but-
absolutely insane.
That's I can't even lie to you. I just came back.
You just clicked.
That's crazy. That's crazy. That I
Yeah,
just said that.
Okay. So the rest of the panel, I'm glad that we agree here. That's fine.
Go for it.
That's nuts.
That's actually
Why is
crazy.
it
Even
nuts?
for me,
What
I
what
don't
have
think
you
he's a good player.
seen from Semenyo and Bournemouth
that's
that
nuts,
makes you think it's
though.
going to translate over to
Wait,
Chelsea?
Hold on.
How many
Let's let.
teams have
Do
you
you know what?
seen
I just said
How
I think
many
he got
players
12
have you
goals and 8
seen
assists something last
play
season,
well
man.
on their team and then they come to Chelsea and it doesn't translate? How often have
I
you seen
mean,
this?
Neto's actually got better at Chelsea with goals and assists, and
Yeah.
so can
This
happen to
season-
Semenyo,
And,
right?
This-
and Neto
he's
last
got-
season stunk. It took him a season to actually get this good.
I don't think he stunk last season though. To be honest, like yeah,
I was going to say
bad
he is.
periods.
He is put it perfectly. Go and look at the positions Garnacho is getting in. You put Semenyo in his positions, he's scoring most of the chances
He
Garnacho
scores
gets.
a lot more.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Semenyo doesn't get in those positions.
He does a Bournemouth.
What?
At Bournemouth, he does, not at Chelsea.
What?
So you think like
Marshall,
we won't
but
create a
why?
lot of
Marshall,
chances?
but why?
The reason I say this is look at the goals Semenyo has gotten this season. He's not getting in those same positions here at Chelsea.
He's in the
Now we're
exact
playing
same
all this
position.
possession ball, pass the ball around the box, wait for an
Well, Marshall,
opportunity.
You remember the
Yeah,
goals
he
he
doesn't
scored
do
against us
that.
last season?
Marshall,
Yeah.
hypothetical experiment, okay?
Sure.
We had Semenyo in the second half on Saturday morning. All those positions that Garnacho
Oh, you
got
mean
passed
against
the ball in.
Newcastle? Wait,
Yes.
I'm sorry.
On Saturday
Okay,
morning, we had Semenyo, second half. Are you walking off that pitch with no Semenyo GA?
Ask me the question again. I'm sorry, I lost you, Pete. I'm sorry.
We swapped Semenyo for Garnacho at halftime
Sure.
on Saturday. You're telling me in that second half, Semenyo walks off that pitch with no GA up against Lewis Smiley?
He'll probably get a GA. That game suits Semenyo more. But how often do we get games like that where it's open basketball?
Bro, Garnacho's in these positions all the time.
I know. No,
Yeah,
no.
Marshall,
That's
he was
like,
facing-
my argument. My argument. First of all, let's just state this right now. My argument was never that Garnacho and Gittins are better options than we have Semenyo. I was saying that for us to get Semenyo, pay that money, I don't think it moves the needle much at all.
I think.
By the way,
listen,
I just have to like
disagree.
point something out as well. Like going back
This
to
is
the
a
Neto
guarantee
thing.
quality
very
we
quickly.
don't have.
So if you want to take it down to like the real bare bones, him and Neto are basically the same type of winger, right? Like transition wingers. But Garnacho, not Garnacho, Semenyo is a much better finisher. You're telling me Semenyo in our team as a better finisher and being both footed, which Neto is not, doesn't have more GNA than Neto this season for us. That's insane. That's absolutely nuts.
You
Boy,
should this
listen,
season.
I
Next
wanna-
season, maybe, but no.
I want to actually come back to a separate point here, yeah. From this, before we even get back, before I come back to Semenyo. And by the Merry Christmas right now. It's just Christmas fast.
Oh yeah, shout out
Wait,
to
wait,
the UK audience,
so-
anyone in Europe right
big
now.
up.
Merry Christmas to you guys. Big up.
Yeah. So listen. Firstly, I actually think this Semenyo bid for me is actually emblematic, yeah, of a problem I have with this football club fundamentally, right? Which is that we cannot keep doing this gimmick here of like we're buying youth, yeah, and we're not letting these guys develop. Like you need to we should not be targeting Semenyo right now. Yeah, objectively speaking, he should not be getting targeted. We should be still trusting in Garnacho and Gittins to be improving as players and knowing that and knowing that Kunde's coming in. And the problem for me at Chelsea,
Oh, that's also
it's
true.
been I disagree. Why are you buying if you are buying Alejandro Garnacho and you are buying Jamie Gittins, that is you saying I believe in these guys to be able to achieve their level, and I'm going to invest in that. And that is what it is, fundamentally speaking. And for me, for you to give up on that on 6 months, just shows me that either A, you do not believe in your scouting, or you just believe the players are not good enough. And I think for me, either of those reasons are terrible reasons in itself, right? But I think there's this problem at Chelsea here, which I've said before. Can you realistically, I'm going to say this to you again, can you realistically develop players at Chelsea Football Club, right? And do you have the time to develop players at Chelsea Football Club? And listen, I've Peter said this, I've said this, you've said this, everyone said this. I do not think that Chelsea is necessarily the right place for that sort of thing to take place, bro. Because it's too big of a club, bro. The club is too big to make
I don't
allow that stuff
too
to
much
happen.
short-term pressure.
Yes, and
Also,
yes, exactly.
I would disagree in a sense, Ahmed. Where I would disagree is like if you had, where I would disagree is you can't do it all at once. But like if you had an Estevao and a let's say Gittins as the backups, you could develop both of them with having a Neto and a Semenyo ahead of them, and that's fine because the pressure is not on them. Or you could do it if you had an Osimhen up front, you had Palmer, you had a Neto, and then you had Gittins as the fourth guy, because that's fine because the pressure on every game is never on him, it's on every other attacker. When your attack consists of João Pedro, Pedro Neto, Delap, or Garnacho for most of the season because Palmer's been out, all of a sudden Pedro Neto or João Pedro has to be the main guy, and neither of them are main guys ever in a team. They can never be the main guys in a team that want to challenge or even get top 4, let's be real. You've then got Garnacho, who's not good anyway, but he now becomes the kind of second or third like goal scoring outlet, so to speak, in that attack, which he's a high volume shooter, but he's a very low, like he's not a goal scorer, not a consistent goal scorer, I should say. Gittins as well, we don't know. We had 6 months of football to watch him. That was about it. Couldn't tell you what kind of player he is, if he's a high volume shooter, if he's a clinical player. It was 6 months. Like you have taken something that could be done and completely twisted and bastardized it into a way where it's not possible. It's impossible.
I just think for me, it's just that for me,
guys that are players.
Yeah, I just think fundamentally the issue is you're putting these guys in a very strong environment where essentially it's you guys do it or it's bust basically, right? That's the environment that we're putting in quite a few of these players, right? And I'm not sure that's a healthy environment, by the way, to be developing players in, by the way. Because
no one's saying the environment is healthy. No one's defending.
No. I get that, Pierre.
I mean, we agree with you. It's a crazy strategy, bearing in mind the pressure that exists at a club like Chelsea. It's why you can't just scale upwards the methodology at a Palace or a Brighton and expect it to work 1-for-1 in an environment like this.
Yeah, I just think
development isn't linear. It's not guaranteed. But if you have a bunch of guys that need to develop, if you have 3 young players in a position where most of the time you need to play 2 of them, then at least one of them has to play all the time. We don't have enough experience to carry the burden of the short-term production to allow for the development in these medium to longer-term type players. So we might never get to the developed stage where they produce for us because this developmental period might just break them.
Yeah, I think for me, another thing we need to talk about, what does this say to like a guy like Gittins and Garnacho, by the way? Like, because these guys are going to be in wait. Like, Garnacho and Gittins, what does it say to them?
Chinese, buddy.
You know, for me, listen, okay, come on, okay, let's not do that. I disagree. Okay, personally.
What do you think they're going to think?
More so on Gittins than I do. More so on Gittins, by the way, than Garnacho. But a guy like Gittins,
suck, man. Why am I trying to say the one thing?
No. The reason why I say that, I have Gittins is his first season in the league. He's never been in this league before. He's a really young guy. He's coming back from two sometimes UK. It's bro. It's a lot of things, bro. There's a lot of expectation on you. For
that excuse though.
Right. For the price that they brought you for and everything like that, there's like a lot of pressure on that guy, bro. right, on a week in, week out basis, bro.
So. We know
right?
he's young, yeah.
Right, and so for me, I just look at that. I'm just like, is that even fair on Gittins? I don't even think that's fair to be doing that sort of thing to such a young player. Why did we buy him in the first place? For me, if you are looking for automatic production, getting Gittins is crazy to me now. Getting Gittins is a crazy thing for me.
Getting Garnacho was crazy too.
1 second, Chris. I'm gonna get to Garnacho, but getting Gittins in particular is crazy because it's like, okay, why is he here then? Get him out of here. Get him out of here then. You should have bought Semenyo or should have bought someone of his level in the summer. If you're that concerned about what's it called production.
I mean, to be fair, the release clause was there. It wasn't just there now. Like, it was there last season too.
That's the point I'm trying to make, Marshall, right? If you were so concerned about production and you want production, and your whole basis was that we think Gittins is going to go Super Saiyan, go in hyperbolic chamber and transform into Super Saiyan 2 or something like that and do that for us, then I don't know what you're smoking, bro.
I mean, I just, backup to
for me, I just don't think Semenyo comes into the teams and puts up the same numbers he's putting up this season. I'm looking at the games too where he hasn't scored because obviously everyone remembers the beginning of the season. Huge impression against Liverpool, right?
I just think on the ball he's pretty good too, as well.
No, I'm not denying he's a good player. I think he's a good player, but once you come to Chelsea, it's a different fucking jar of pickles, jar of animals, different animal. All right, a can of worms. There we go. That's
pickles, huh?
Fuck my life. It's a different can of worms.
We're seeing things from Semenyo that we've never seen anywhere from Garnacho, especially. Yeah. I can't really say Gittins because I wasn't watching Bundesliga like that.
Yeah.
But like Semenyo could actually consistently beat players and create chances with balls across the box. Or
that's
legitimately
a crazy comment, finish. Should not put that out.
Or legitimately can finish on either foot. Like, we don't have that talent across any of our wide players, bar maybe Estevao, which, like, isn't a good situation to be in. I don't know. There's just clear translatable skills that actually exist there. And it just, I don't know. I think it's crazy to say he wouldn't be doing better than what we have now. What we have now, left wing, is one of the worst winger tandems I've ever seen.
That's not what I'm saying, though. I'm saying he will improve on that left wing, but I don't think he's going to put up numbers better than Neto. I think it's going to be the same situation. We're just going to have a Neto on the left wing instead of just the right wing now.
The reason we don't get numbers on the left side is because those guys are not good, Marshall.
I get that, but he's also not putting up those numbers. Like, the numbers he's putting up are good, but they're not. What?
Even if he doesn't put up better numbers than Neto, right, which I disagree with, Neto's on 8 GNA for the season. Garnacho's on 3 in the league.
Yeah, but even if he doesn't put up better numbers than Neto, then why would I want to sign him? I don't want another Neto on the left wing.
He's better than both the other
dudes. If it wasn't a free, I wouldn't disagree with you. But why am I paying 60 million for bare minimum improvement?
Okay, let me ask you a question. Okay, cool. So who are you getting that's a marketable and noticeable difference than both those left wingers for less than 60 million on that left wing?
Exactly.
I would wait to see what Kenda has to provide, to see if he can address that issue. And if I have to go back in the market, I would probably, well, obviously my first choice would have been Kvara, but that wasn't going to happen. I would probably see if we can go back in for Malik Fofana. He is much more talented than both those wingers we mentioned.
So Malik Fofana, who's injured, has the same amount of goals and assists. He has the same amount of goals and assists in League One that Garnacho does for us this season in the league.
So Marshall, before we even
Marshall,
another fucking project thing.
Marshall, to be clear, your plan A is to wait for Kenda. So now we're talking 26, 27. And plan B after that is to go in for Malik Fofana. It's just this is like the football club version of how governments kick the can down the road with deficits. This is what Marshall's plan is, guys. I just want you to know.
But Marshall, are we not going by the same cycle as we do with getting Garnacho? If we do the same thing right now, right? If we wait for Quenda's not going to do the same. It's not going to be producing any GNA for us straight away, bro.
How old is he? Like 19,
right?
18?
Yeah. So for me, on some level, you're repeating the cycle. You're putting Quenda in the same level of pressure.
I want to see what level. The thing is, I want to see what level he's at, right? Because if he's as hyped up as everyone wants to hype him up, since the next Estevao, whatever, all this and that, the next Ronaldo, some outlets were saying that, then cool. If he is that level, then maybe we don't have to be so concerned with the left wing by trying to get someone who is like a marquee signing like a Semenyo. I'm sorry, let's be honest. Like Semenyo is living off of the first few weeks. Listen, again, he's a good player, but people are treating him like we're missing out on a world-class player.
Let's not talk about. I'm not here to talk about Semenyo right now. I'm talking about just in our current situation. We would be repeating the same cycle, yeah. Just that we would be hoping Quenda's the one that breaks the cycle, yeah. Yes. Essentially, right? Where essentially we're hoping, Quenda's going to be an automatic performer, automatic hitter. Like he's going to be giving us.
But that's what people think. That right? People think.
Go ahead, Marshall. I'm going to let you finish, bro.
No. It's just like the way everyone's crying about Semenyo is like. He would have been the solution to all our problems. He would have brought us to the what's the word I'm trying to look for? He would have brought us to the glory and the winning the league and the UCL. Like, I'll be honest. Yes, bringing in Semenyo is gonna be better than Gittins. Gonna be better than Garnacho. No denying that. But is he gonna be better than Neto?
I think
barely.
Yeah, I get. Listen. I think. Listen. I think we need to look at this outside of Semenyo, right? If we are truly say, I don't want to look at your point of view about Quenda and whoever the other guy is going to be that you're mentioning, right? If we bring in any of these guys and Quenda and Malik Fofana, we are doing repeat of last season, the season again. We are doing round 2 of the season, and I think for me that is not a healthy environment, bro. Again, we should not be doing this again. If you want to bring in someone next season, it has to be either a top left winger or nothing. Okay, if this is what you're doing now, bring in a top left winger or shut the fuck up, and stay with what you've got, basically.
From a mentality point of view, I totally get what you're saying, and that is a big upgrade because again, Semenyo didn't score against us. No matter, according to Scott, we're really shit, but he didn't score against us. Then he didn't score against Everton. He didn't score against Sunderland. Are you seeing a trend here? He didn't score against West Ham. He didn't score against Aston Villa. He didn't score against City. He didn't score against Forest. He didn't score against Crystal Palace. All in consecutive. So if that's Garnacho, he's getting rinsed. Semenyo, he's also getting rinsed, but at least Semenyo can handle it. From a mentality point of view, he can handle the critics, and he won't let it get to his game, and he'll get back into it like he has the last 2 games. But again, people want to ignore, like, he had 8 games in a row where he wasn't getting any GNA.
Guys, this is Marshall. You hold Semenyo to a higher standard than you hold our own players to. This is so strange.
He's 26.
And
I have to.
He's 25.
No,
he's 25.
Why? No.
Because you're hitting your peak. Your peak in terms of a player.
Marshall.
If you're old enough, you're good enough, innit?
Age does not determine the standard you should be held to. The moment Aiden Hazard touched down in this league at 21 years old, he was held to a higher standard than, say, a Nani was at Manchester United. Even though Nani was in his peak, we all saw which one was the better player. Like, that can't be your argument for why you're willing to treat our players with kid gloves and suggest other kids to fill these roles at this football club, but turn your nose up at production in the short term that we're seeing in this league now. Like, I just don't understand this. I don't understand this line of thinking that it's somehow not worth it to get one of the few guaranteed available options at that position in a position which we struggle so poorly. I don't get this.
But what is the guarantee you're speaking of, Pete?
The guarantee of production. The guarantee he guarantees more production than any of our wide players currently guarantee. Yes.
But okay, would you have said the same thing about Delap last season?
No.
No. I think doing it over the course of 3 seasons or 2.5 seasons is much more substantial.
Look at Semenyo's numbers over the seasons, actually, to be fair.
Yes, he's actually you got 8 goals, you got 11 goals, and you've got 8 goals in half the season. None of our wingers, mind you, none of our wingers, besides maybe Jamie Gittins last season, have a league season of 8 goals on their resume.
Marshall, I'm not there, by the way. He's scoring against the big teams last season. He's scoring last season. He's been scoring against the bigger teams. Like, he got a goal and assist against Chelsea last season as well, where we had a good defense.
But what was his GNA?
Oh no, like I said, I thought it was 12. He has 11 and 6 assists. 11 goals, 6 assists last season,
okay.
and it looks like he's going to improve this season.
Yeah, he's going to probably break that if he can. I don't know. That's still in there.
You'd think the way he's going 8 goals and 3 assists.
Yeah, maybe.
But yeah, the argument for Delap was never proven commodity.
The thing with me,
shouldn't have been.
What worries me, right, is because I could put Pedro Neto in that Bournemouth side, and he probably gets double the GNA that he has right now for Chelsea.
Did he get at Wolves?
He's never done that.
Did he get at Wolves?
He didn't get it at Wolves because he was very injured. But if
there
he
was
fit,
one season where he had 11 assists.
Yeah, there was actually. Yeah, he did get 11 assists with 1 goal.
Neto's not a goal scorer the same way that Semenyo is.
Nope.
So no, I don't think Neto would beat Semenyo goals and assist totals at Bournemouth. I just
think you reverse the roles. We're just as impressed with Neto's numbers at Bournemouth versus.
You think Neto is some super?
I just don't think it translates because again, the teams that Bournemouth play against, they're not the teams that Chelsea play against, or at least the teams don't set up the same way we do.
All right. Well, at the end of the season, we'll evaluate what he did at Manchester City, and we can have this.
I've just had a look, Marshall. By the way,
Marshall, you know the point of Marshall's.
I had a look. If you go off the last 2.5 seasons coming up to where he is now, Semenyo is getting a goal every 3 games.
Yeah. Yeah.
What were you going to say, Ahmed?
In the league.
No, I just wanted to make the point that, listen, I think also just to think about, he's going to be facing different looks here defensively at Chelsea than he is at Bournemouth. That's all well and good, but then that's also down to the manager, right? What is the manager going to do to be able to make him to put him into these positions that he's good at too? Right, that's another thing you have to ask yourself, bro. Particularly in this day and age of football, where it's about positions, tactics, how you move and how you do stuff.
The real black pill is our wingers are in great positions. They're just terrible.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. So realistically,
we're almost there, guys. We're almost there. Yes. But yes. I actually think our wingers are platformed fantastically. They're just kind of shit. Especially
I don't disagree with that. I just think from the get-go, Semenyo's going to take time. If he comes, he's not going to come to Chelsea. If he were to come to Chelsea, I just think players struggle when they get to Chelsea because of Maresca's system and how complex it is. It takes about a season for them
to. The players struggle because we buy dog shit. I don't agree with this.
It took Neto a season to get to where he's at right now. It took not Cole
because
Palmer,
he's inconsistent.
But it took
instantly Cole Palmer.
It's not the inconsistency. I just think it takes time. Look at Malagusto. It takes time for Malagusto. It took time for Enzo. It took time for all these players. How many examples do I need to give you for you to agree with me?
I mean,
Marshall.
Hold on.
You're pointing to Clear Lake recruits and pointing to extended periods of adaptations as for reasons why the system is hard to adapt to. You got to turn the telescope.
I'm pointing to it
brother.
as for a reason as to why I say what I said about Semenyo. If he comes to Chelsea this season, is not going to get more GNA than Pedro Neto.
I think that's crazy. He's a 2-footed finisher. He has a better track record of goals in this league. I don't get this.
Including the Bournemouth GNA he's done already?
Also, the Neto thing is weird to me because Neto has been
as well as a monster. Sure.
Wait, what'd you say?
The Neto thing is
I mean, that's good.
The Neto thing is weird to me as well because Neto has been horribly inconsistent even this season. The only difference between this season and last season is he's got GNA. Is the only difference. He's been as consistent this season as he was last season in terms of performances. The only difference is the GNA.
Neto's never been a goal scorer at any of the clubs he's been at.
I was going to say, and you even if you go back to Wolves, he's never been a goal scorer. It was mostly assists. Mm-hmm. So, and the guy he was assisting was Raul Jimenez, who at the time was one of the most informed strikers in the league. He doesn't have that anymore. So when you take away the fact, he was like
after the David Luiz headbutt, he wasn't the same.
Well, that's what Marshall.
No, I was going to say up until the head injury.
That's what Scott was about to say.
Yeah, up until the head injury, up until that point, he was one of the most informed strikers in the league. So like, you take that away, and all of a sudden, Neto doesn't get the assists anymore. And also, you take away the fact of, like, you look at Neto's skill set as a winger. If he isn't able to run into space, he has nothing. He doesn't have the physicality Semenyo has. He's not 2-footed. His finishing isn't anywhere near as good in terms of ball striking. Semenyo is is a like more physical than Pedro Neto. He's a better dribbler than Pedro Neto. He's a better goal scorer. He can use both feet well. Like saying that he wouldn't outscore Pedro Neto or he wouldn't do better than Pedro Neto is insane to me because he's a better player.
This season, he would not. Because he's playing at Chelsea and teams set up differently against Chelsea than they do against Bournemouth.
So they both
fact.
You know, Marshall, we get multiple counter-attack opportunities at Chelsea, right?
There's a tax on being a Chelsea attacker now, man. I guess.
I didn't know being a Chelsea attacker was this hard. Like, you make it
look
out
at the lab, look at Joe Pedro. The evidence is in front of you.
But Marshall,
Actually,
let's
hang
see.
on.
Wait, Chris, please, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's use Delap, for example. Who is creating for Liam Delap right now? Come on!
No one. The medical team's
No
like,
one!
helping him out.
No one's creating for this brother. Okay, like, this is the critique we're having. Look, João Pedro, yeah.
He's got to do better this season than last season, by the way.
João Pedro has not, listen, barring like the last few games, has not had that much creation, bro. We're not. Look at that amount of chances, by the way. Yeah, that Garnacho gets. Yeah, Garnacho gets into space consistently for us as a team, right? And no one literally, yeah, and he doesn't even take advantage of the space.
Bit like Timo.
No,
right?
it's not.
Yeah,
Sorry.
you put Semenyo into that space. It's crazy.
Sorry, I also just like I need to go back to this point. How Marshall thinks that a Semenyo wouldn't score more goals than a dude that currently has the same amount of goals as Zian Fleming and Bruno Guimaraes in the league is nuts to me, by the way. No.
Come on, man.
Bro, I don't get this. Marshall thinks Neto's cold, man. That's what I'm getting out of this.
I mean, I like that.
Marshall, this season, Neto has been one of our worst winger performances. Yeah, if you exclude his GA,
I wouldn't exclude that. His work rate's great as well.
Like, how are you going to exclude the GA?
No,
I'm liking his overall package.
Listen. Like, let's
even
use.
taking on players does better than Garnacho.
Savinho looks pretty good on the eye. He can dribble past players, but he doesn't do shit.
Savinho can't dribble past players anymore. I've watched Savinho this season.
Yeah, I've watched him too. He does everything right until the last decision making.
No, he cannot
look how flashy you want. Look at Doku last season.
Semenyo wouldn't.
But I have been listen. But the thing about Doku is, I've always been consistently positive about Doku. Doku has always been able to get past man. His issue was a similar issue to Madueke. His final product was the issue. He's actually improved upon that. Semenyo is Semenyo.
Why wouldn't I give Neto credit for the fact that he could beat a man or do something from time to time and get goals and assists?
He can't beat a man.
Neto does not.
We're doing the thing. We're also doing the thing where we're conflating goals and assists together. We're doing that nasty thing as well.
But like, no,
Semenyo has 8 goals. Semenyo has 8 goals in the league this year, right?
Not.
What does Neto have? 3, 4,
5.
No, he's 5.
Like
I said, it's the same amount as he's got 3, which is the same amount as Semenyo.
Yeah, I don't know, man. We're doing a real nasty thing here. Like, we watched the positions Garnacho's in, and we've somehow twisted ourselves into thinking Semenyo wouldn't do better in those positions because he couldn't possibly outscore Neto, who gets in similar positions.
I just don't think for the amount of money you're going to be paying for him, 60 million for what?
Marshall, you know who paid 60 million right now on this team? We literally paid João Pedro 60 M's right now for the team.
Yeah,
55 million.
Yeah,
I'm just bringing that point up, bro. So if you literally. So
let's talk about it.
I'm just being consistent.
Let's talk about it, Jez. Let's talk about it. You put Neto
up,
right?
Fact, by the way.
No one cares.
I was going to say, you know, Harry Wilson has the same amount of goals, by the way, who was nearly sold to Leeds in the summer. No one cares.
Would you take Harry Wilson?
He's not bad.
No, of course I wouldn't. Has the same amount of goals as Neto, though.
I'll take him over Garnacho.
Over our left wingers?
You would take Harry Wilson over Neto?
Yes. He can take free kicks. He can create as well.
I'd take Harry Wilson over our left wingers.
What can Garnacho do for me?
Most Myers, man. Chill out,
Chris.
Right.
Let's put.
No, he's all right, man. He's all right.
Oh, boy. All right, CP. What do you got to say, brother?
We started Neto agenda.
Someone want to tell him? Because no matter what I say,
Marshall says Semenyo
in 1
would
year
not
out
cook
the
in the
other.
team. Marshall would say Semenyo would not cook in this team.
No. Okay, so
Wait,
in
can you
all
explain to me
seriousness,
why first before?
In all seriousness,
maybe there's some logic I didn't hear.
No, in all seriousness, the discussion was something akin to wouldn't take Semenyo in the team, doesn't improve us in the short term. Look at what's happening. Look at how our other wingers have to play relative to the environment he functions in at Bournemouth. I pointed out all the good positions our wingers get into that have no end product. And I'd say Semenyo's best attribute is the ability to add the end product. That's why the guy scores so many goals, right? But yeah, for whatever reason, Marshall has, in his mind, said he wouldn't outscore Neto if they were both in our team currently.
Sorry, what?
And I'm not sure why.
Sorry, what? Okay, one sec. Okay. This is if I may have the floor for a second.
Damn.
Okay, what the okay, Marshall, can you explain to me why he wouldn't score more? Because Neto's scored 5 goals, good for him. This is also the most he scored in a season in his life. Because if you remember this, we were making jokes that before he joined us, he had a grand total of 5 goals in his Premier League career, right? We said he's an assist crosser man because he had 11 assists when he joined us. So if you're telling me his goals went up by 3-fold this season alone compared to when he joined us, why wouldn't a man like Semenyo, who's on 8 goals for Bournemouth and his strong suit is scoring, why wouldn't he have more goals in a better team that creates more, has better playmakers, might actually have back post runs and actually read them correctly compared to a Neto?
I'm going to answer your question first, and I'm going to answer Jez's question second.
Yeah.
To answer your question, my logic is for 60 million, he would be an improvement on Gittins and Garnacho. Okay. Not denying that at all. Would he give me as much G&A in his first season than Neto? I highly doubt it. So if I'm paying 60 million for someone who can barely move the needle, I'll explain. I don't think it's worth it. That's my first reason. Okay. The second reason is the way he plays and the way teams set up against Bournemouth is nowhere near how teams set up against Chelsea. Okay. People know, or teams come into Stamford Bridge or go up against Chelsea knowing full well they struggle against low blocks. Okay. Semenyo, I think, is just going to be another victim of struggling against low blocks. He, at Chelsea, and I'll give him credit for this. If he goes 8 games without scoring like he did this season for Bournemouth, mind you, Bournemouth are not flying high anymore. They're 15th place or whatever. They've been struggling, right? Mm-hmm. Not because of Semenyo. I just think it's a team thing, right? Yeah. I do think if he comes to Chelsea and goes 8 games without scoring like he has at Bournemouth this season, he can probably keep calm and not get affected by the pressure, whereas our other players do. But I do think he's going to struggle against those low blocks.
Okay, so Marshall, how about let's go with this. Let's say he's going to struggle against those low blocks. That's a fair point. Got you. But even if his numbers dropped from the 8 goals in the league he has to 5, he would be on the same amount of goals as Neto, who's our highest goal scorer.
But that's exactly my point. And even then, I do think new players that come to Chelsea and Maresca is coaching, it does take time to acclimate to the system. Yeah, okay. It even affected Cole Palmer to an extent, if you really want to be honest.
I'm saying even if we reduce his goals, he would still be tied for the highest goal scorer in our system from 8 to 5. Let's say if he goes from 8 to 5, so 3 less goals, right? We've almost halved his amount of goals in a sense. He would still be our top goal scorer. And we're missing goals because Gittins doesn't give that in the Premier League at least.
He could also score more goals.
You could say that in Europe, Gittins has the space he needs, but in the Premier League he doesn't, right? Same with Nacho, it's all about space again, and he's not as good of a goal scorer as we can see Semenyo at the very least, right? Let's agree on that. So if you give me 5 goals, that's 3 more goals or 4 more goals than Gittins has, I think, in the Premier League, and 4 more goals than Garnacho has in the Premier League. Those could be winning goals, right? Because if you remember Neto as striker,
1 second.
he scored,
I'm sorry.
like we
Just
won
pause for
1-0.
1 second. Time out for 1 second, because CFC, you do this all the time, and you know what? I'm just gonna because the amount of times that I get misquoted here, and the slander, it actually pisses me the fuck off. So Merry Christmas. You're banned for 24 hours because you keep lying. I've always said, Delap. I like Delap. I'm worried about how he's going to translate coming to Chelsea when he has to go up against low blocks. Did I not say that, panel? You may remember, you may not. But I've said it multiple times. So if you want to come in here and say I rated Delap from Ipswich and not using the same logic, no, I'm using the exact same logic I used from Delap coming from Ipswich to Chelsea, from Semenyo coming from Bournemouth to Chelsea. I'm using the same exact logic. Sorry, CP, go ahead.
No, what I'm saying is I think he would cook more, no, in terms of he would have more goals than in terms of, you know how, let's say it's 4 more goals, right, than Garnacho and Gittins does currently, because I'm saying he would score 5 at the lowest, right? Those could be goals at key moments, right? Those could be when Neto was playing striker, or even Cucurella when he was scoring goals for us last season, it would be like a 1-0 win for us, or even a 2-1, but it would be crucial goals. Maybe it might be those, right? Those 4 extra goals, or even 2 of those 4 extra goals could be crucial goals where we could have gotten 6 more points, right? So I think he would be worth it, no, compared to. Sure. And if you're saying strength wise too, right? We're saying we don't play to Neto's strength because Neto before he joined was good at crossing. That's why we, as a fan base, were screaming for aerial dominant strikers like an Aston.
Sure.
Right. So, but with Semenyo, it's not his strength isn't the crossing. His strength is the finishing. His strength is the goal scoring. So I think we're not even hindering him in that sense, right?
Yeah, I mean, I get the logic. You put Semenyo in the positions that we had Garnacho in against Everton, he probably scores one of those 3 goals that Garnacho missed. I get it.
Newcastle, you mean? Yeah.
Was it Newcastle?
Yeah, no, it was Newcastle. He had all those chances at the end where we should score.
We were frustrated.
Was it Everton where he went 1-on-1 with the keeper? He might have
chances.
It could have been Everton as well, but Garnacho had 4. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah. But you get what I'm saying. Listen, I don't mind bringing Semenyo to Chelsea. If you could redo the summer and say I had a pick, I'm picking Semenyo and I'm not wasting my money on Gittins and Garnacho.
Okay, first.
That should have been probably what should have happened.
It should have been honest.
Because for the same price, in my opinion. But obviously we know how our directors are. You know I don't rate them.
Yeah,
it is what it is.
Yeah.
Let me ask you guys this. Right now, he's on 8 goals for the season.
Yeah, 3 assists.
Yeah.
8 goals, 3 assists. Assuming he goes to Man City, where do we expect him to end the season 16. In terms of goals and assists?
15.
Give me a separate number. Goals and assists.
16 and 7.
15 goals.
15 and 7.
You can write them down.
Yeah, I'm jotting this down because this is one of those that if I'm wrong, I'm going to apologize to you guys, and I'm going to take.
I want to 15. I'll say
if I'm right, I am saving the stream. Because you guys cooked me like you cooked me last season.
No, I get it.
And I was right last season. So let's see if I'm right this season again.
What do they cook you for?
Okay.
Marshall,
I'll say finishing top 4.
Yeah, Marshall, I'll say 13 and 5 just because Pep likes to rotate. So I'll say 13 and 5.
Okay, so I'm going to.
Wait, is he actually joining? Wait, I haven't looked. Is he actually joining City?
Yes.
It looks like it's going to happen. If he doesn't join City, this is all null and void.
It's almost a done deal right now.
Okay, wait. Am I saying he's scoring 16 for City or 16 overall?
Just what he's going to finish at
league. He's talking about in the league.
In the league, in total. How's the season going to finish?
He's on 8 right now. I'm saying 13. Yeah, 13 and 5.
16 and 6. Yeah.
16 and 6. Okay, Scott, what do you think?
15 and 6.
15 and 6. Okay. Ahmed, do you want to make a prediction?
I think he's on mute, but we can ask him after.
All right, we'll ask him after.
He might rotate him like a motherfucker too.
That's why I went 13.
I'm a little bit worried about that.
Semenyo, right now.
Ahmed reckons 20. You told me before.
12, 24. I'm putting this on a.
20 what, mate? 21
20 goals.
Well, Ahmed, how many? So if Semenyo joins Man City, right? He's on 8 goals and 3 assists. So Marshall's asking if he joins Man City at the end of the season in the Premier League, how many goals and assists would he have? He's asked all of us. So he was asking you but you were away. So what do you think?
What? I think he could probably get. He probably could easily get 15 GA with them.
Wait.
Okay, so
Goals
Ahmed
and
No,
assists.
but
said
he's already on
15.
11. He's already on 11.
Yeah,
I don't know.
what's his
But-
goals and an assist score? You got to give me goals and
Oh,
assists.
in total.
Well,
Right.
11. Sorry, like, goals and assists. I think he could probably get with City. You probably get something like 5 goals, 5 assists because
no,
he'd
but
probably be
overall.
spread around. Overall, would be what 21 essentially. Yeah.
So that'd be 13
21
and 8.
goals
That would
and
be-
how many
So
assists?
5 extra goals would be 13
No,
goals
that,
for
that
him.
would be
and-
if he gets
And 8 more
5
assists.
and 5, it'd be 13
and 8
and 8.
assists would be
13 and 8.
Yeah, it'd be
Yeah.
13 and 8. Either way,
What
by
do
the way,
you
that's
reckon,
that's
Marshall?
That's good numbers.
Go ahead,
What
Scott.
do you?
I was saying, CP, what did you say?
I'm saying
He
those are
said
good
13
numbers.
and
That's 20
5.
GNA.
No.
No,
What
it's not
did
too
you say in
far
terms of
from
numbers?
Oh, mine was 13 and 5 just because of rotation. If we got the game time as Bournemouth, that
And
would have
Chris,
been way
what did
higher.
you say?
I said 16 and 6.
Cool. So everyone outside of you, Marshall, said he's getting anywhere from 18 to 22 GNA for the season. In the
But
league.
the thing
I
is,
love
like,
the league.
I don't disagree with CP. I
Is
think
anyone
13 and 5.
anyone in our front line getting close to that, by the way.
Yes,
Cole
that's
Palmer.
it.
Neto might, but that's about it. Might.
Neto's getting 22, anything from 18 to 22 GNA this season.
18
In
at
the
the
league.
highest.
In the
18
Premier
is
League,
highest. 18 is highest. 18 is highest, not 22. 18 is
What
highest.
about Palmer? Like Palmer, like I know he's been.
No, we're
injured,
not
but-
counting those. We're not counting Palmer. We're counting the wingers we have, like the full-fledged.
Oh, Estevao's one of
Wow.
our top ones.
Estevao's
too.
not getting that. I'm telling you right now.
In the
I love
league,
him. I
probably
love
not,
the
no.
project. Yeah, he's not getting that in the league with the rotation.
I'm going to agree with CP in terms of 13 and 5. And for 60 million to get 5 more goals and 2 more assists, I don't think that's worth it.
We'll
We'll see in the long run, obviously.
But
like you understand now where I'm. That's
No,
that's Pedro Neto.
Marshall, maybe
Pedro
no,
Neto.
but Marshall, but that's
Could
half a
be
season in
rotation.
City, right? Maybe next season when he gets a full season in City, it could be the 22 GNA he might get because he's in Bournemouth.
Maybe,
the worst
yeah.
team.
But
him
again,
turning
I
halfway through the
I
season
don't
is
disagree
not
with
bad.
that because again, he's hitting his prime. I would have much preferred him in the beginning of the season versus now. Whereas now it's like, okay,
So-
we're gonna get what 2-3 good seasons out of him, if that, because
I
we're
would take
Chelsea.
that.
We don't have Ryan Cherky. We don't have Erling Haaland. Because if anything, his assist numbers might go up because he has an Erling Haaland. We don't have that.
Exactly.
He has better attacking players around him. It should help him.
Yeah.
At Chelsea, it's not gonna help him.
Foden is getting real good form, by the way, too.
Mhm.
Foden and
is really
Cherky,
Oh,
good.
yeah.
And he's better than Salvino and Doku at scoring at least.
But
Doku's doing
we'll
alright
see.
this
We'll
season.
see where these numbers are at. I'm in agreement with CP. I think it's going to be
So-
13 and 5,
so-
which I don't think is worth.
You would
It's really
decline
worth-
him then,
like,
Marshall.
it's not a
You would
big-
decline him for the price.
This is unreal.
Like that's the whole like.
Wait, Marshall, hold
I've
up.
not-
So
But
you're
the-
No,
saying
the
I
price
mean,
thing just the
If the
price
Would you
money
take
doesn't
him, yes or
matter, then
no?
I wouldn't
Sorry.
decline him.
You wouldn't decline him.
the price
No.
thing again just weirds me out. You're not getting better for less money. Sorry, you're just not.
I
Marshall,
just feel like for that price, I
get
would
lucky.
rather have something that maybe gives me more. Maybe not immediate return,
like
but
who
like
though?
in the
Like
long
who?
haul.
Like who?
Yeah,
Give
no,
me-
but
You
then,
might
but
get
then you're
lucky.
just doing this.
Okay,
almost
CP, you missed it. But before I
same
said
cycle.
You said
Before I said CP, what I'm willing to do is wait to see what Kenda can provide. And if Kenda is good enough, if I can see through the eye test, he's like an Estevao, not a regen, but an Estevao similar. I'm not worried about
But
it.
Marshall, my issue is with Quenda, amazing talent, similar to us, well, I would say Portugal wise. But his thing is also the same issue that Neto has. Great at playmaking, great at assists. That's what his career has been. But goal scoring is not his thing right now. Right? So now we're getting another playmaking winger, not a goal scoring winger.
Mhm.
And
I was gonna say also like when
Semenyo is
we
giving
just had the
goals.
conversation as well. I say we just had the conversation about that you don't think that Semenyo is outscoring Pedro Neto. Do you know how many goals and assists that Quenda has this season in the league? Without
Oh, I have
looking,
no fucking clue. I have no clue.
one
If I had a guess,
in 30.
okay, there you go.
It-
Yeah, he has
it's
one
one
goal.
in 30.
That's the thing in the Portuguese league.
So like,
Yeah.
so while I don't even think Kenda's going to be a bad player, but my thing is like it depends on what we're talking about. If we're talking about getting performances from some of these players, then maybe okay. But if we're talking about like getting GNA, which like if we don't give a shit about Pedro Neto playing like shit every week but getting goals and assists, then what we care about really is GNA. So Malik Fofana and Kenda and these guys are not fixing the GNA issue. Semenyo would.
Or at
So
least
again,
the
I
assist
go back
thing,
to the
because
point.
Quenda has 4
If you want
assists.
to-
Scott, that's my logic pretty much. I'm
But
not
he's not
being
getting the
sold
goal
by
though.
Semenyo's GNA.
No, but
cool.
we're not getting
Then how are we addressing? Then how are we addressing the issue? Because
which is
Malik
why
Fofana
I
is
said
not
I'm willing to wait for
improving.
Kenda. Because this is my
Great,
logic,
so
right?
we're going younger and just doing the waiting thing again. Okay, cool. So we're just doing the waiting thing, and we're just
That's
waiting
why
and
I already
waiting
said.
and not pushing.
But Scott, that's why I said already.
Fantastic.
But
Bro. This is a
Scott,
fucking
that's
waste
why I
of
just
time. Then.
literally.
This whole thing's a waste of time.
But Scott, that's literally what I said in Marshall. If we do wait for Quenda, or then we see even a Malik Fofana right now, we're in the same situation that we were just in this season. Where
But let's
just wait
let me ask you guys
Quenda
this. Okay, let me hypothetical for Scott and then the rest of you guys. If we bring in Semenyo, what changes in terms of our goals this season?
we have a better player. We have a better player who's got more Premier League experience.
No, I don't disagree with that, Ahmed. But what changes? What changes with the goals?
I think he's going to be able to score more because he's going to be in better position. He's going to be in
do
those good
we
positions.
challenge for the league now with Semenyo? Do we guarantee
Actually,
guarantee UCL?
But then Marshall, but then Marshall, we're conflating two things here. Bringing in Semenyo is going to improve our attack. Yes or no, right?
Sure.
But is that right? Yes or no? Agree? Right?
Yeah.
But yes, there are still underlying issues with the team that are still not going to be able to push us and stand for our title too. Does that make sense? But at least you're bringing a necessary piece here that is going to actually help to take you to the next stage. I think that's very fair.
I think we can challenge for the title because we're 9 points behind. So if you're telling me some of the goals, for example, with Newcastle, Garnacho's position, Semenyo was there, we would have scored a goal. So that's 2 more points than we would have had, right?
Yeah, and
that's what I'm saying. So we would have been closer to the. We would have been instead of maybe 9 points away, we could have been only 4 points away. Now that's so at this point of the season.
Like,
so Marshall, I've got another question off the back of this as well. Once CP finishes.
No, because yes, it does, because that's the whole point of challenging, right? Is being closer to the title challengers. We're now 9 points, but if we're only 4 points, that puts pressure on them, right? Because then it would not just be Man City who's 2 points away. We would be 4 points away. So if they drop points against Arsenal, I'm saying right now because they're first, against us when we have to play them or another team, we could be right on their tails, right? Because this season, we admit, is I said at the bare minimum I want from the season is a trophy and us being no more than 9 points behind whoever wins the league. I said this. I said if it's more than 9 points behind, which is 3 games, because I want to be quote unquote in the title challenge till May, then it's a failure of a season on my part. I don't care. That's what I said at the beginning of the season. And my opinion hasn't changed. I don't care. It's on the sporting part.
So I take it based on this conversation, you would say no to Rodgers, Yildiz, NDI, all these guys that are going to cost north of 65 million.
I wouldn't say no to them because what I was trying to get at before is that if Semenyo comes into this team and doesn't change our ambitions as a club, like we don't challenge for a title, we don't win more trophies or whatever, if he doesn't move that needle, then I rather a Yildiz or Malik Fofana, a younger prospect that can actually make an immediate impact on the team. Maybe not the same impact Semenyo does, but in the long haul, when he gets to Semenyo's age, is doing more than what Semenyo could have done and actually does make a difference towards us challenging towards the title.
The thing is,
which is why I'm saying I'd rather wait to see what Kenda can provide before I make a decision on do I need to go out and bring another winger. Well, Scott, that's the thing. Like, if Semenyo comes in and doesn't change our ambitions as a club in terms of what we're going to compete for and what we're doing in terms of the title race, then I might as well just wait because there's no different. The end result is going to be the same whether I wait or get Semenyo. It doesn't change anything.
No, I don't. I actually disagree.
No, but that's
not true.
Like that's stupid though, because that's not how you work as a club, and that's not what. Like, it's what Ahmed said earlier. Like, there are more problems in this team that stop us from challenging rather than just not having a left winger that performs. But you still need to address that position and get someone of a quality to take you to performing, right? We still need a striker. Does that mean we could just... So the alternate striker would be not going and signing someone like an Osimhen or someone who's going to affect you. It's by buying someone like a Delap who you're just going to wait for 10 years for him to get to a level where you can maybe challenge, or everyone else around you get better. Like, you got City getting players in and going and buying Semenyos and Cherkis and players like that. You've got Liverpool looking at players and trying to get better. You're just going to sit and wait. It's the literal... Why are you complaining? What, Marshall, do you have a problem with the model we currently have?
Certain aspects of it, yes.
My thing is, Marshall,
why? Because you're asking for us to do the same thing.
My biggest issue with the model is who we get, not the criteria of under this amount age and all this stuff. That's why what I'm saying is, if the result at the end of this season, whether we get Semenyo or not, is the same, I'd rather wait to see what Kenda can bring me. If Kenda isn't of the quality, Semenyo isn't the only left winger out there. There might be another left winger with a release clause that that is out there for us to take, that maybe we can get that is of that level. Not that I think we're going to, but there will be other options.
I think, listen, I want to make a comment here, and people aren't going to like me saying this. Malik Fofana, if he comes to this league, is going to need time. Okay? Quenda is going to need time. Even Yildiz, the Yildiz fanboy is telling you it's going to need time, bro, when it comes to this league. Okay? But my problem becomes, and I'm looking at the way the club is doing stuff now, because there's clearly been a clear vehement change in strategy, right? That if you're going to go for these top players, time to get them now. Otherwise, we are going to be in a similar situation to get into next season. And I don't want to hear, I don't want to hear any complaining from anyone else when we have Quenda that's playing and that's maybe struggling a little bit, because it's going to be like, for me, last year, we were in the same situation. You were complaining, and then you said no to Semenyo.
See, the thing is, though, Ahmed, those three players you literally just mentioned, and we could throw in Morgan Rogers in that too. Right now, I would think they would raise the floor, right? In terms of that left wing position, I think all those players at their current age, where they currently are in their careers, are going to give us more results than Garnacho and Gittins. Are they going to be better than Semenyo? No, they're not going to be better than Neto even. No, but they will at least give us more results. Or give us,
by the way, but that's besides
maybe. And I'm not even going to debate that, because that's genuinely, I think to certain aspects I agree. Those players could be better than the left wing we have right now. Are they going to be better than Semenyo? No, but would you say that when they hit that age of 26 that Semenyo is at right now, they potentially have a higher ceiling and could be better than Semenyo?
Are they going to be here at that point, Marshall?
But listen, right now,
we have
that's a good point by Scott. But secondly, how long is that going to take, Marshall? Let's take another 2 to 3 years.
4 years, 5 years.
They
could potentially hit Semenyo numbers.
That's not 4 years. If you go and sign, sorry to interrupt, Ahmed. If you go and sign for Fofana as an example, for him to hit the Semenyo is what, 25, 26?
Yeah, 26. Yeah,
26. Fofana is 20. We have to wait 6 years for Fofana to get to the same age to show the same level. If he shows it the same.
But if you're going to show me the same level, I'm not going to sign you at that point. The idea is that he's going to exceed that level. As a club,
we are not waiting 6 years for these players.
Marshall, here's the thing. But here's what doesn't make sense for me, right? You're saying, in terms of timeline and everything and all that, right? So Semenyo's prime is, let's say, 3 years, right? Because he's at 27. Let's even say that.
Yeah.
Well, we can allow whoever is behind him, Quenda, to develop, right? To develop, not have full amount of pressure, kind of like the Neto Estevao situation, if you want to put it that way, right? You can allow him to develop for 2 seasons. So then when you get the last year of Semenyo, you have Quenda waiting in the wings and they can push off. Kind of similar to how for a season, I know we didn't have it for 2 seasons, but for a season we had Courtois and Czech, right? Yeah. Just in case we had Czech just in case Courtois doesn't fit in perfectly right away. That's why I wouldn't mind Semenyo. Because I'm sorry, if Semenyo is blocking Quenda's path next season, which would be his first season in the Prem, I'm completely fine with that. For him blocking it next season and the season after, quote unquote, blocking, right? Because in the third season, I'm selling Semenyo. And I could sell him still easily for maybe 30 million, 40 million. So I would have amortized his money back, basically, in terms of getting the money back for whatever's left of his amortization. Because we can't do 7-year deals and split it 7 years, right? So I would get his money back. And now I have Quenda, who's now developed fully into the league and ready for the league.
The thing is, Marshall, we consistently on this stream for quite a few people, yourself included, and many others, have complained about the lack of first team starter investment. Okay, Semenyo is a good example of that. Okay, Yannick Fofana is not a good example of first team investment. That's a guy that's what I call a squad investment, right? Okay, so we need first teamers that can start for us right now, that can make instant impacts. That is the aim of the game, right? Now we can say whatever you want about Semenyo, but realistically, that is a first team signing that should be making a good enough impact for you, considering the way we play. How Maresca is able to put our wingers in brilliant positions in general, right? That is the guy. That's a guy that you go in for and bank on. But we didn't do that for him. We didn't do that for Kvaratskhelia. We didn't do that for Mbeumo. We didn't do that for a lot of players, that are of that quality, And for the fact we are going after players of that ilk now, for me, is hypocritical of the ownership. Firstly, but secondly, it clearly means they've realised we need someone of actual quality in that position now.
I mean, they wouldn't inquire if they didn't think that, to be fair.
I don't think it's hypocritical. I think I don't think it's hypocritical because I think it's in line with what they've done with other players. I think it's the same thing we did with Elise and Maignan and Osimhen. Like we inquire because there's a level of we'd like these players on our terms. But they've probably gone to him. He said what he wants and what his plan is going forward. It doesn't align with what the sporting directors want, and they went, no, we're just going to see out with what we've got. So it's the same as Elise, and I don't even know if he's going to get to the same level that Elise has got to, but you look at Elise the season before he left, what's it called? Palace, and went to Thingy. Let me have a little look, see if I can find his.
Elise was on fire that season. I mean, to be fair, he was always good at Palace, but
the last 2 seasons before he left, he was on fire.
It was inevitable. He was going to go to a City or a Bayern, a PSG.
I don't even think it's the wages or anything from us. I just know based on reports, because one of the reports I saw yesterday was he wants a team that's going to give him the best opportunity to win the league or a trophy. So why wouldn't I choose Man City? I'm just kidding. Why wouldn't I choose Man City? Right?
No, I get it.
Out of the 4 options, which are us, City,
I get it. I just don't think. I just don't think he comes to this team now and puts up better numbers than Neto. I think because of Chelsea.
So
no, I wouldn't have said the same thing about Elise. I think Elise
based on what?
Based on the fact that Olise's ability to just break down teams and players and dribble, it's just out of this world. He's a world class player. I don't think Semenyo's a world class player.
You mean playing for Glasner?
What was that?
You mean when he played for Glasner?
I think he was good even before Glasner. I've always thought Elise was good.
What,
the Glasner season was a good season for him because everyone was kicking off and they had a good team. Mateta, Eze, who else was in that attack? It was Mateta, Eze, him.
There's the main 3 they were.
That team was a better team than the team that they have right now. But I think Elise, you could see Elise can beat a man. He can create in any situation, low block, counterattack, whatever.
So
I don't see Semenyo like
Elise's stats. So in 19 games, because this was his last season for Palace, which I think is a better Palace team even then than what Bournemouth is now. So in 19 games, he had 10 goals, 16 assists, right? Semenyo has played 16 games, and 8 goals and 3 assists. So he could be in 3 games' time very similar, maybe 1 or 2 GNA away from what Elise was doing.
I would say on the border, Elise is better, but I would...
Because Semenyo was on 11 and Elise was on 16 GNA by 19 games. And Crystal Palace was a better team then when he left compared to what Bournemouth is now. So he's basically putting up similar numbers. He could be putting up similar numbers. Literally in 3 games' time.
I'm kind of confused. You said 10 goals and 16 assists for Elise?
No. 10 goals and 6 assists. 16 GNA in total.
6. I thought you said 16.
6. So 16 GNA in total in 19 games, and Semenyo was on 11. In 19 games, and Semenyo was on 11 goals in 16 games. For a worse team right now than what Crystal Palace was then, and in 3 games he could equal that GNA. He could.
Yeah, I see where you're coming from.
So,
Like I said, I think my biggest concern and the biggest reason I'm so hesitant is because of how Chelsea, when we play teams, how teams line up against us. Like the low block is such a killer in terms of our goal output. And we've seen it time and time again with multiple strikers and multiple wingers we've had at this team. So I think Semenyo would be another victim of that.
You also, like, he could improve under Chelsea still, though, like getting goals.
No, if that's the case, then why is City signing him?
I mean, a lot of teams are looking
because
at it now.
City like to sign big name players. You know, the type of players that I was about to say Maresca, Pep likes. And I do think in terms of their attack is way better than ours. Like, I don't think Semenyo's goal output's going to improve. I think his assist output's going to improve when you have players like Haaland in there. And Brian Cherky, who, again, laughed at me about it, but Brian Cherky is a creative machine. He can definitely create plenty of chances for Semenyo in that team. Even with
Palmer created a lot of chances last season.
But that's the caveat. With Palmer, I would like to see how our attack improves with Palmer being consistent.
Palmer,
and then
Joe
maybe that's where I eat
Pedro,
my words too, to be honest.
Neto.
Palmer this season might be a different animal, and we see Palmer against low blocks, and I'm like, fuck, if actually Semenyo was in this team, I would probably be eating my words right now.
More people to focus on as well.
Because Marshall, if I look at
just Nacho or
even the season before for Elise, before the 16 out of 19 games, he had 11 assists and 2 goals in 37 games. Elise, right? Yeah. Before the second season, before he moved, right? Semenyo last season had 11 goals and 6 assists.
But in terms of finishing, I don't doubt it.
And numbers wise, he's very much tracking the exact same numbers as Elise if you're talking about GNA. Even slightly better, to be honest.
Yeah, this is why what I mean though. Like again, it all comes down to how are you going to do against low blocks. I think Elise, he may not have the same GNA as Semenyo. That might not be a specialty, but I know what I've seen with Elise. I know he can be really creative. I know in a better team, he probably would have gotten more assists. I know in a better team, maybe he gets more goals. Like,
why can't he get more goals? So why can't Semenyo get more goals on a better team, right?
Because I don't think Elise can break down low. I'm sorry, I don't think Semenyo can break down a low block like Elise.
But I don't need him to blow. If you're getting those one-on-one chances like Garnacho did against Newcastle, then he's scoring one of those. I'm sorry. Out of the
we don't necessarily struggle against teams that play man for man against us. We struggle against the low blocks.
Yes, and you know what? I agree with that, sure. But that means we get fewer chances, right? Because it's a low block and that's where we struggle. So you know what we need? Clinical finishers, which none of our left wingers are, and Semenyo is.
I would say I look at some of the positions that some of our wingers have got in this season, even Neto, and like Semenyo is either finishing, like his finishing or his like his final action is way better than any other winger we have. So yeah, to say that he wouldn't get chances in this team, the low block thing as well, I think is nonsense. Like, yes, he hasn't had to face low blocks, but he scored goals where he's had to come up against the defender and beat them 1v1. I think of the goal he scored against us last season, where he had to stand Josh up, used his strength to get by him, scored at the near post. Yeah, like he'll be fine breaking down low blocks or beating guys 1v1 because of his physicality as well as his ability to dribble with both feet. Like, he's going to be fine. The reason why we have guys that can't, like, we struggle with low blocks is because look at the type of wingers we have. The only winger we've got that's actually a good dribbler is Gittins, and his confidence is on the floor. Like, Neto is not a good dribbler, and Garnacho is not a good dribbler. So neither of them are competent breaking down low blocks effectively.
Yeah, I mean,
that's time will tell. That's not Semenyo.
Yeah, time will tell with Semenyo. We're gonna have to see how it turns out. We have the numbers written down, people, including my prediction, which I agree with CP. And even that for 60 mil, I don't think is 13-5. I don't know. That's just me. But okay. Since we have 15 or so minutes left to the stream, figured we move on and just do a little bit of preview on Aston Villa. We have some news in regards to players returning back to the team and some player news. So let's get into it. So clarification: Estevao Willian is fit for Aston Villa, not Dario Isugo. Matt Law, I think of all the clubs, I actually think Chelsea are best suited to take advantage of Villa's weaknesses, because Villa's weaknesses are pace in terms of pace at the back, coping with pace, and actually a lack of pace going forwards, which I also think is the thing that causes Chelsea problems. I think pace on both ends of the pitch is the problem for Villa against Chelsea, and they can get caught out that way. Enzo Maresca says that Cole Palmer is ready to play a full 90 if needed, which is great news. And then lastly here, Enzo Maresca confirms Estevao and Liam Delap are back and available for Chelsea's next game, which is against Aston Villa. Yeah, I know. The Delap part made me laugh. I don't know. I hope that player turns it around, but we'll see. Again,
can only hope. That's
kind of the PTSD causing my whole Semenyo freaking hesitancy.
Can't trust no one now.
Can't trust anyone from a lower league, from a lower team, bro. I can't. I just to be fair, I just can't trust anything in this ownership fucking thing right now in terms of transfers. I'm just hoping, like, to answer Scott's questions from the last show, I do think we can win a league with these owners, but I don't think it's going to be planned. I think it's going to be a total accident.
How?
Total accident.
What do you mean accident? The amount of money they're spending, you think they would want to win it? Like,
yeah.
You just think,
and they'll keep spending money.
We don't look ready.
I don't think any of them expected Cole Palmer to be this good. I don't think any of them expected Estevao to be as good as he is. I don't think any of them expected Moises Caicedo to be one of the best in the world. Well, maybe they expected that, but
I mean, they chose Cole Palmer.
They definitely didn't expect Robert Sanchez to have the improvement in the season he's had. I think it's going to be by accident. They're going to finally get the right left winger. It's going to work out.
Does Sanchez stay for another season?
Yeah, okay. Good luck with that.
Oh, yeah, probably.
What? Good luck with him staying? I feel like he might.
No, with us winning a league title. It's not happening.
Yeah.
It'll be by sheer accident.
I have to see, like,
you don't win a league title by accident, Marshall.
No, not really. Not really. But I felt like Leicester's kind of like that, but not really, because like they worked very
hard. No, Leicester was not winning it by accident.
No, I know. I'm not saying they did really.
Liverpool definitely won it by accident last season.
How?
It's just no one's good. It's just no one's good around them.
No one expected them to be competing when Klopp left. It was a Mo Salah carry job.
You say not expected.
The best player.
Look at them now.
So I think
no one else competed. They dropped plenty of points last season. No one else competed.
You're mixing expecting an accident. I think accident's a bit different from not expecting to win the league.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It was an accident.
It is impossible for you to win a league accidentally.
Yeah.
Okay,
so welcome to the league title.
Scott, let me ask you this: what positions do we need to improve on in order to challenge for the league?
Striker, left wing, centre back, minimum.
Yeah.
Okay. I think center back. Would you say if when Colwell comes back,
he won't be ready?
We're okay in that department in terms of
No.
So I think at some point, with the amount of youth recruitment that we do, they will stumble upon an accident in terms of good players and
Scott, it's I don't know if you remember this. I said this last stream. It's the slot machine theory, right? You keep hitting the slot machine in each of these positions until you get the hit, right? We hit the slot machine, we got Palmer, right? We hit the slot machine in the right wing, we got Estevao. Slot machine already hit for Cucurella and James, so that's your fallbacks done. Slot machine
We're accidentally building a good team,
right? So slot machine hit for that. You could say kind of slot machine based on the end of Colwell's season last season. You could say because of how young he is still. Slot machine hit for that.
Right? You said,
by
the way,
that's
actually a great. Sorry, that's a great point. We're saying, but I said, by the way, that it's striker, left wing, and centre back currently. That's not even talking about if players leave, because you mentioned Cucurella, who will be 30 by the time the season ends. 29.
No way.
Has 1 year left on his contract.
He's 28. No, he might be 29 by the end of the season.
No way. No, he's 27. What you guys were gaslighting?
He's 27. No?
Yeah, he's 27.
He's going to be 28 by the end of the season.
Yeah, okay.
But
28 by the end of the
season. He has 1 year left on his contract at the end of the season.
Alright, why are we not trying to re-sign this guy?
We give him a pay raise, which is funny, but
Chris, we already gave him a new contract. It was just increased wages, not a new
wages. Yeah.
Like we didn't add
why are we not doing in the contract length though?
So that's a left back. So if he leaves, That's then a left back we need to win the league title.
I pray to God this club.
If Sanchez falls off a cliff, or Penders isn't as good as we think he is, that's a goalkeeper. Cool. So I'm talking about what we need right now. So like I said, you do not luck your way into a league title. No one does. You have to have. The only way you manage to do it is by signing some of the best players in their position in the world or in the league, which we've done that in some positions, or by having a team that is cohesive enough defensively and a menace going forward, like Leicester. So, like, you don't luck your way into winning a league title. You don't. You can luck your way into winning a Champions League. That's why I didn't say Champions League. We might win a Champions League under these owners.
Yeah, I agree with that.
We are never winning a league title.
But again,
with these owners, with how they're going to, with how they're running, we're never going to win a league title.
If we were starting from, zero, I would agree with you. But the fact that we're only 3 positions away from even being in consideration, according to you, I think that's luck. I think you put it all on black. Hopefully Kenda works out, and boom, you have a left winger that's great. And then same thing with the center back. And
what about the other
what was the other position? Left back. No, what was the other
striker
position?
And
striker. Wait, let me ask you this with the striker thing, right? Because I saw this theory, and I don't know how I feel about it, but there is like a trend. João Pedro, I know he hasn't been great lately. Actually, that's not true. The last 3 games he's been decent. He's gotten a goal in the last 3 games. Is there any part of you guys?
But in like last five
I'm
games,
he's scored in the last 3 games, right?
Last 5 games, and he scored like 2-3.
Is that true?
I mean, he scored more goals. No, he's on joint with Gyökeres goals, but he's got more assists than Gyökeres.
Good for him. He has 1 goal in a month and a half, Marshall.
Okay. Then what the hell did I read? That it was 3 goals?
He has had 3 goals. By the way. Yes, I'm just looking at Premier League because I don't give a shit about anything else.
Oh,
he has had 3 goals. He has had 3 goals since the middle of September.
So you're looking at just Premier League. That's why. Okay, so yeah, he scored against Atalanta, scored against Newcastle, and then got an assist against Cardiff. So the last 3 games he's got a GNA. Yeah, that's fine. But with João Pedro, do any of you guys think that might be the Brighton effect, where, because follow me on this, Sanchez really shit that first season, second season, third season, whatever. I don't forget how many seasons he's been with us now. Now we finally got him to a point where he's tolerable, right? He's really only made 1 mistake this season, which is this United mistake. We're 17 games in the league, so 16 games where he hasn't made a costly mistake. I think that's a big improvement. Caicedo, not the best start to Chelsea career, but then he got better as he acclimated. Cucurella, the same thing. And what was the other Brighton player we got? There's another Brighton player.
It's those. I'm Buenanotte, who's been trashed.
Oh, Buenanotte.
Those are the 5 players we bought from Brighton.
Do you think maybe because that's a Brighton thing to delay with João Pedro?
Do you not think he's done okay so far still?
Not
Again, not too long ago, people were saying best signing of the summer. Now we're flip-flopping it.
I don't want to just jump the gun on him.
Because, again, you look at who's doing better than him and who scored the same amount of goals than him as a striker. No.
This season?
Also, the Brighton thing is not the same because outside of Sanchez, who is a bit of an anomaly, you look at the other 2, and we've had this conversation before, they were legitimately best in the league in their position before they joined Chelsea.
But they struggled when they got to Chelsea. That's my point.
They did, Marshall. You didn't hear what I said. They were best in the league. They'd already shown the quality of being best in the league in their position prior to joining Chelsea. Right. João Pedro was playing 10 left wing, up front sometimes, had 5 non-Premier League goals. Sorry, non-penalty Premier League goals last season.
Oh, Levi Cole was another example too. He came from Brighton from the loan, struggled at Chelsea when he first started, and then got better.
Because he played left back.
Yeah, he played left back with them.
Yeah, I know.
No, the João Pedro thing is in no way, shape, or form the same because he's playing the exact same way currently that he played at Brighton. He doesn't shoot. He's a very good technical player.
But Coco, this is why I fight it so vehemently, because I don't think our players are this shit. I just think we're going through
They're average.
a little bit
They're just average.
You know what I wish
They're just average.
I'll be honest. I wish he sometimes had Darwin Núñez's brain about instinct, because his technical shooting ability is actually good. Because you saw that in the Club World Cup when he's not overthinking and he's actually just shooting. Because
you even saw it in the last game, CP. That finish, I was confident he was going to finish it because he has the ability to.
The threat that we were hoping for when we saw in the Club World Cup of the outside the box finishing, right? In terms of that thing, if he doesn't overthink and is more an instinct, if we unlock that, that helps cut off low blocks so much more, because now they have to also, like come forward more, because they're like, we can't sit back because this guy can shoot from outside the box.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you guys this. Go ahead, Scott.
Sorry, I'm just looking, by the way, because again, people can talk about the way he plays and like this, that, and the other. Ultimately, I care about GNA when it comes to him, because we didn't care when it was Jackson. I don't care when it's João Pedro. I need GNA. He has the same amount of goals and assists this season as Harry Wilson, who, like I said earlier, was about to be sold to Leeds in the summer. He has less goals and assists combined. He only has 1 more assist and 2 less goals than Richarlison this season.
Yeah, but then you can see he has more goals than Isak and the same amount of goals as Gyökeres, who got.
Yeah, Isak's been terrible. Isak has been terrible.
No, we know, but these are also highly rated players who came.
These are players we wanted.
Would you say
they've been terrible?
Would you say
he's got less goals than Dominic Calvert-Lewin this season.
Dominic Calvert-Lewin has been on a tear the last 5 games.
I mean, top 3 scores. Semenyo is actually top 3.
Calvert-Lewin's been begging him.
Hey man,
he has the same amount of goals as Bruno Guimaraes.
Is still alive, Chris.
He has the same amount of goals as Zion Fleming.
I ain't seen he's done amazing.
Our striker has the same amount of goals as Burnley's striker. Is that not an issue?
But if you look at the strikers overall and all the other teams too, they're ass. We just talked about Liverpool, ass. Arsenal, ass. Watkins, I think, is on a similar amount of goals as him too.
Watkins has been so bad this season.
His ass.
There are 8 teams. There are 8 teams in the league whose striker has more goals than our striker.
I know, but you know what the funny thing is?
18 teams.
No, wait. But here's the thing. But
I was gonna say 18.
But if we look at the EP, because are any of these teams that have more goals than him? Arsenal, no. Villa, I don't know. Maybe they might have. Does Watkins have more goals than him, or 1 more GNA than him?
Rogers does.
Even Walter made.
Not Rogers. We're talking about strikers. I don't care about your.
Yeah,
that's what I was thinking. Strikers, yeah. Position striker. I can just look it up right now. Actually, boom.
Not United striker. He scored 1.
But it mixes it up. Like Semenyo's in this list. Here, I'll pull up a list, guys.
Yeah, but Semenyo's not a striker.
You're talking about
the list in front of me. Like I can tell you the teams. It's City, Brentford, Liverpool, Tottenham, Newcastle, Brighton, Leeds, Crystal Palace, and then what's it called? Burnley and Arsenal are level.
So Arsenal doesn't, right? Arsenal doesn't. Villa doesn't. Liverpool, sure, but they also bought 2 of them. So okay, I guess they get 2 chances at this. One's the more expensive one, and he hasn't. You're giving me teams like Crystal Palace, Newcastle, and all these people who are not even in top 8 positions. They're not even in European positions. Newcastle's not Europe. Newcastle's not Europe.
Bruno
Do you know what's
not Europe?
Has Victor Gyökeres been good this season?
Who's been good?
No, but you're naming me strikers. I agree with you, but most of the teams in the top 8 don't have strikers that are scoring more than us.
So Victor Gyökeres hasn't been good, but João Pedro has been good, is what I'm hearing.
No, I'm not saying he's been amazing, but if you ask Arsenal fans, like, they're probably saying okay. If you're telling me compared to his peers, he's doing about the same as them.
But it's also like, Scott, to an extent, it's also the hype around the player. Like, people were talking about Gyökeres like he's the next Erling Haaland.
50-something goals.
Yeah, you got Isak, who had 20 goals last
year. And people were talking about João Pedro after the Club World Cup, and I was one of them, and I was wrong, that he was going to be one of the better strikers and one of the better players in this league and for us.
I mean, the fancy of the Premier League was all like buying
But
them in
like, look at this.
start
Look
of
at this.
season because of the Club World Cup.
Brentford are 12th. Brentford are 12th, right? If you look at the list, Ekitike, they got 2 shots as strikers. Finally, one of them hit. Both of them are like over 80 million.
done well this season.
Yeah, no, Ekitike's done well, but he's also like 20 million more, right? Danny Welbeck is in Brighton, who are not a top 8 side. Newcastle are not a top 8 side. Morgan Rogers is in a striker.
Wait, Newcastle's not a top 8?
No, Newcastle right now.
No, they're like
12. They're 11.
Oh, you mean
they're
this
11.
season?
They're 11. 11. Brentford is 12.
I think in general, they're more of a top 8 though. Like,
No, I know, but I'm talking about this season. I'm saying
right now. Right now. Okay.
Most of the strikers that have scored more than him are not even in the top 8.
I know, but there's still like, I guess, 8 more strikers who have done that. I also think a factor like we kept messing with him, putting him in a 10 position as well. I don't think it helped. I never believed he should have played in that 10 role.
He's just an average football player. Like in terms of
he's been kind
his
of like okay,
impact on
average,
the
but
team.
I agree. I do agree. Like
he is not he cannot be a starter for us long term.
If he gets you like less than 14, 15 goals, like yeah, I agree. Like you need a striking rate like around.
What do you mean if he's going to?
Oh, you never know.
If you're talking just in the league, Chris, he's going to. He's on track to match his return from last season, which was 10 goals.
Yes.
Who?
João Pedro. I just don't know where
he's on track.
I'll be okay if he still scores like 14 goals. I'll be okay like for next season. Still like, we still should probably need to buy another striker just in case. But
that's 14 goals. Sorry. No, that's not acceptable. If he gets 14 goals,
I'll be okay with it. Because Cole Palmer probably top score again. Because Cole Palmer probably like more around like 18 or so.
Can I ask you a question? Did you want to keep
Jackson?
Jackson?
I don't know. He's been injured lots.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
From last season, no, but I actually didn't mind Jackson's first season and stuff.
Why?
By the way,
if you didn't want Jackson to stay,
and he's getting worse,
why didn't you want him to stay?
Like I said, the first season, I actually didn't mind it. He got what, 12 goals, 13 goals, right, in his first season.
He got 14.
14.
Yeah. See, I didn't mind it. It's just last season.
Okay, so why didn't you want him to stay?
His was getting worse, and he didn't seem like he wanted to stay. I didn't have like.
Okay, I can tell you why.
I wasn't even like that bothered to be stayed. By the way, over like Delap.
If João Pedro gets 14,
I wasn't like a big like advocate of like moving him across anyway. He just wanted to move anyway, so I wasn't really bothered.
Can I tell you why I wanted Jackson gone? Because unlike what João Pedro's had this season, Jackson had 2 seasons where Palmer played 33 games in the Prem.
Yep.
So he had the best playmaker who was available for basically all the games in the Prem. Because Palmer's been here 2 seasons with Jackson, and I just checked the stats. Palmer played 33 games his first season and 37 games last season in the Prem. Mm-hmm. We literally talked about how Palmer was not with us for 3 months of the season almost.
Dude, we actually talked about
who could have helped him create.
Thank you.
In terms of best playmaker in our team, you could dispute the league, but he's without the doubt the best playmaker in our team.
Because
if you're missing him for almost 1/3 of the season,
yeah,
you're telling me during that time he could have created 1 or 2 more chances where he could have scored more goals. And
that's the thing.
Cole Palmer in spaces where that attracts more defenders that wouldn't have freed up João Pedro.
Last season, no matter how many times we criticized Cole, Chris would always defend him by saying he created this chance, he created that chance, and Jackson was the one not finishing them. Or if Jackson wasn't there, it was Guiu, it was Neto, no striker. What I'm expecting,
just Jackson,
right? This is my expectations, not, well, what I'm hoping for, actually, should be honest, is when Palmer is now back and fit and playing more consistently, João Pedro's numbers should go up. If his goals don't go up, if his assists don't go up, if it's just numbers in general don't go up, then I'm very disappointed in João Pedro, and there's no difference.
If you're telling me he gets 14 goals, because he has 5 goals right now, if he gets 14 goals, and that's without Palmer for 3 months of the season. So if you're telling me if Palmer had played, that could have been almost close to 18 goals. So you're almost giving me the 20 goals that everyone's wanking off about with Isaac last season, right? Mm-hmm. That's what we wanted from a striker, which was 20 goals. So if you're giving me 14 goals and you're missing Palmer for 3 months, then in my head you're telling me, okay, So 1/3 of the season we were without our best playmaker. For 2/3 we were, and look at his number shoot up.
To be fair, that's also the same argument I'm going to give to Delap. Cole Palmer's back now. You shouldn't have any excuses because I even said here.
I don't think he's gonna be starting like that, Marshall.
Why,
even this, right?
Why do we think he's not getting double-digit goals? Why are we thinking anything's going to change? He's not hitting double-digit goals in the league this season.
Oh,
Delap, yeah.
Delap, I don't think so anymore, but I would like to see an improvement because right now it's complete dross.
In
Do
performance.
you mean improvement from this season or from last season?
From this season.
No,
this season so far he's been shit.
Get 1 goal is an improvement, right?
But this is what I mean. Like, Delap is actually a solid striker, but Maresca thinks he should be linking up rather than just feeding him. He hasn't been being fed. There's been no Cole Palmer. The closest thing we have to Cole Palmer through some
This is where, like, this isn't true. And it's the same with João Pedro. People can say, oh, we're missing Palmer, and that's cool. We're forgetting the moments where these guys get in positions to do something and do nothing. When Delap against, who was it? What was the game he got? What was the game before he got injured?
That's what I'm trying to remember. Like, I don't remember any.
Whatever the game was before he got injured, he had 2 chances. He got played in behind. He hit the side netting with one, and the other one he tried to flick with his right foot.
I think it was Leeds, Scott.
There was a
whatever the game was, he had 2 chances in the game. Yeah, he had 2 chances in the game and fluffed them both. So I'm not trying to hear this like, oh, but Palmer's now back. Bro, Palmer can give him as many chances as he wants. It doesn't matter if you don't finish because he's not finishing anything.
But the thing is, though, Scott, like surely. But this is the thing where
issue, though, he doesn't shoot enough either.
It's like we got to find the middle ground because we can't. I'm not saying you're saying this, guy. I just think this is just a general argument. On one hand, people will say, "Oh, but he's not getting enough chances. Like, you know, he's no one's not clinical. You got to give him more chances so they have more chances to score." But then on the other hand, you're saying, "Well, if he's gotten chances, he's not clinical. What's Cole? He's just not clinical." Like, you can't have it both ways. Like, if you give him more chances, I want to see him score. If he doesn't score with more chances,
I agree with you. I want him to. Yeah. If he gets more chances, he should theoretically score more, right? Because that is like just on like a law of averages that should work.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
My thing is I think even if he gets a bunch more chances, he won't score because the chances he is getting currently, he's not taking advantage of them. Like the 1 goal he's got this season was put on he got put through on goal and decided to like try and flick it with his right foot instead of hitting it across the keeper with his left and let the defender come back and get goal side of him. The 1 goal he scored this season was gifted. He couldn't miss.
Yeah, it was on the. Yeah,
it was a sweaty goal in FIFA. That's how he scored. It's the only goal he scored. Yeah. So and it's the same with João Pedro. Like we can say, oh, Palmer can give him chances. That's cool, but if he's not giving a chance like the Estevao one where he scored against Wolves or the one against Tottenham. Bro's going to take 1 million touches on the ball. Is going to probably pass it instead of shooting. Like it was the same thing with Jackson in a sense of like you could give him so many chances, it didn't matter because he was just an erratic finisher. With these guys, unless you're giving them the ball in positions where they can't physically miss or they have to do very little thinking, which with Palmer in the team, from what we've seen so far, by the way, from both, well, Delap not as much, from João Pedro. Mm-hmm. None of that's changed, by the way, now that Palmer's come back into the team. None of it has changed in terms of where he's picking the ball up in terms of the chances or anything so far. Maybe that changes, maybe it doesn't, I don't know.
I mean,
with Palmer back in the team, it doesn't change how they are as players.
So I think it's too soon to say. I need to see with Palmer because the thing is, like, I think us as viewers of the game as well, I think maybe we tend to overlook, for example, like João Pedro. I see João Pedro making runs all the time, but no one ever finds him. Delap is in some instances in the same boat, or Delap will make a run and maybe even just Sanchez is the only one that will find him. Or Enzo.
Right runs a lot of times.
No, but that's why, like, I'm hoping we'll see an improvement. If we don't, then we reassess.
I'm giving João Pedro till Fulham, which is Jan 7th. because that would be 3 more games, I think, until that Fulham
Yeah, I
game.
think that's fair.
What
If
do you
I
mean
don't see any
giving 3 more
improvement,
games?
then
Wait.
I agree with Scott. But if I see improvement, because now Palmer is 100% fit. That's what I've heard from the manager.
play
So
a full
now
game.
you got the whole link up thing. Now
Does
you
the
can
lap
let him-
start against Villa?
Please no.
Probably
God,
not.
no.
Should be
Please no.
it should be Joe
Does
Pedro.
Estevao start against Villa?
No.
I don't care.
Probably
Esteval's not starting against Villa. I'm telling you right now.
He came
How do
back
you
from
how do
the-
you guys fancy our chances against Villa? Because I don't know why I feel confident.
The way Man United play against them, they should have won Man United. They create more chances.
We
than what I saw.
we should
I
win.
didn't see the whole game, but
11-game win streak for Villa, by the way, people.
I know
Yeah,
they're
but
in good form,
here's what I don't want, because whenever we have a team against Chelsea and they have an amazing record in terms of history, they put it on us on why we're gonna lose. We better use the same logic than against Villa, because we have an amazing record in terms of history against Villa. Like, we have an amazing record. Like, we don't really lose games against them. We might draw or we're winning. So even though they're on an 11-game win streak, if we're going by that logic, just like how we talk about Man United and Old Trafford, which I agree with even, then we should have the same logic with this, right? Or same with how Chelsea and Spurs. I'm gonna have the same logic. We should be winning this.
I don't think we can win, because the way
We are at
I don't
home.
know,
We're at home again for the next 2 games.
The way Man United play against them, they look better. They create more chances, big chances, and everything like that. They just drew because and Sesko is just not gonna get you goals either. Do you think we can win? Or
I think we can win. I think we'll win.
I think we can as well. It just depends on whether the attack turns up. That's all it is. Like, it's so much of our game relies on whether the attack turns up and whether we mentally turn up, which I think we will. But like, the attack has to perform. Like, we turned up in the second half against Newcastle, and it ultimately meant, didn't mean nothing, but we couldn't get the job done in the end because our attack didn't turn up for the most part.
Yeah, for the whole
first
half.
that first half, our whole team did not turn up in that.
Yeah. So
Scott's not wrong. I mean, if we turn up, then we should be fine. And again, because of the fact that they're above us in the table, because of the fact that we're back at the bridge, and also because of the opposition, right? We respect Aston Villa versus Bournemouth or Leeds and all those other clubs. I think the players will turn up. I think we'll win.
Doing so well, and you think they'll be up for it more.
Yeah. If we lose, then
it's going further away from Aston Villa.
Yeah, it's not looking good. Chief.
What points would we be away from Aston Villa lose? I don't even know how far we are now.
10.
I'll show you guys the table.
No, wait,
we're 7 points behind them
We'll
right
be
now.
we'll be 10 points.
Oh,
We'll be 10 points off Villa if we
it.
lose.
We got to close it that day.
Who are Arsenal playing?
Arsenal are playing Brighton.
That could be a good day or a bad day for us.
At home, that's a win for them.
Well,
they're gonna win.
Brighton's kind of their bogey team, and then they play Villa afterwards.
We gotta beat them.
There is a potential come the end
Can't
of.
lose them, that's for sure.
This is why it's a must win. There's a potential by the end of the weekend if we don't beat Villa, if we lose, number one, we're not even in top 4, but whatever, right? Villa will be 10 points ahead of us. City will be 11, and Arsenal will be 13.
Points. Oh god, they're on the same points. They caught up.
Liverpool and Sunderland, bro. We could actually drop a couple of positions, depending on who Liverpool and Sunderland are playing.
I don't think Man United win against Newcastle, but
Liverpool. Actually, no. Liverpool will go above us if we don't win because they're playing Wolves.
Yeah, they're actually getting decent form.
Oh my god, if they don't beat Wolves, oh my god.
Bro, Ekitike is about to hook, bro. He's going to. I'm
contemplating triple captaining Ekitike.
Oh no! What do you mean contemplating? I am. I already have.
Well, I wanted a triple captain. You know what, guys? The truth comes out. I wanted a triple captain Semenyo. I captained Semenyo against Burnley, and the motherfucker got me 1 goal.
Oh, this is why you're hating on the idea.
No, that's not why. No, that's not why.
You had your genders. I see.
Imagine. Oh my god, he
you
ruined
that
my
day and
fantasy.
you're like, nah, I'm gonna have gender against you now.
Nah, it's not that.
we
think,
we can't lose to Villa. That's like a damn sure. Like if we lose, then they
As long as we're defensively sound against Villa, I think we'll be all right. We will have our chances to score. We need to keep
if
Morgan
we don't
Rogers.
concede, we win. I think we definitely
On a side
win by
note,
one, at least.
I hope he plays Reece at right back, man.
Yeah,
I
kinda
hope so
want us in
too.
there.
I don't want to see
we
Chris
got
Stones
Caicedo
on
and
Rogers,
Enzo
man.
right?
I'm telling
Actually,
you,
if he
not-
plays
yeah,
Reece
I
in the midfield, do you think that's a better position for him to deal with Morgan Rogers?
No.
No, because I'd rather
I'm,
Caicedo.
I'm,
and
I'm
Enzo
telling you
start
now.
with
I'm telling you now. He's not starting Reece in the right back because the midfield of the
Obvious.
physicality of Kamara and Onana, he's gonna be like, we need the same thing, so we're gonna put
Again.
Caicedo with
Lavia.
Reece for physicality.
Wait, so
Lavia's
Enzo's
in-
not? You don't think Enzo's going to start?
Enzo played 10, won't he? Then in that case,
What?
Yeah,
So
Palmer
Palmer's not
on
on the
starting.
right. Well, Palmer on the right, hopefully, and Neto on the left.
I think
Palmer
Enzo's
won't
not
play on the
starting.
right. If Palmer's
I think Enzo's not
if-
starting.
He's played there still.
I
like,
think
recent
Enzo's not
times.
starting. I think Enzo's not starting.
if Palmer plays, he's starting 10.
Yeah, he's starting 10. I think Enzo's not starting.
You think Enzo
Fair
still needs
enough.
that rest?
Yeah,
I don't really care if he does it.
Newcastle.
It's not even the
not-
rest thing. It's just I think Maresca likes to play Enzo.
I mean,
to 10.
Santos can.
No, it's not the resting. He's just been shit.
It's not been
Yeah.
shit, Scott.
And he's not been
No, I
physical.
still think he needed a rest.
Recently, yeah, he has been.
What do you mean? What do you mean he's not? Bro, he came off the bench against Newcastle and produced the square
And
root
we
of
scored
nothing.
2 goals. He opened up the game.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
You don't
I forgot.
actually-
Scott
you
doesn't
don't
know about
actually
Marshall's
believe that.
thing. Marshall's thing about Newcastle. Oh, I'm ready. Let's go. Man. Let's
You
go.
don't actually believe that, do you?
I didn't actually turn up.
He
for that
does.
one.
He does. He does. By the way, yes, he does.
Jesus Christ.
Well,
I'm trying to
yeah,
think what
that's
happened
what
Newcastle
happened.
game, because we definitely was a lot better in the second half.
Yeah,
And that's
it turned into a
Enzo's
basketball
coming in
game because
because
Enzo was
mainly
in the
Marshall.
pitch.
I don't think it's because of Enzo. I
You
it's
think
Reece.
that's why?
He
Okay.
helped us in that
Okay.
one.
Okay.
I'm trying-
You know what we should do, Scott? We should rewatch the game. We should do a little watch along, and then we'll see the impact Enzo
Enzo
has.
Fernandez.
No, but
Fernandez
don't you
being
think
on that
Reece is
pitch
the
had
reason
literally
why we
nothing to
got
do with
back
it being a
into that
Arsenal
game?
game.
Reece is the
Absolutely
reason,
nothing.
So what changed in the second half, Scott?
Reece
you
is
would-
free
We
kick.
scored very early in
Gave
the
us
second
life.
half
It gave us
and
life.
came out with a different mentality.
And Reece actually saved us from the back too.
Yeah. Also,
Wait,
Reece
what-
scoring a
wait,
banger
I'm
of
trying
a
to
free
think, what
kick
did
had
Enzo
nothing to
do?
do with Enzo Fernandez. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie with
No,
that.
I'm not denying
trying to
that,
remember,
but
'cause
the
I
game
still hate-
opened
you know
up
what I hate
when
Enzo? I
Enzo
still hate
Fernandez
Enzo.
was on the pitch and Malagusa was taken off.
No, the game opened up immediately following the start of the second half because we came out with a different mentality in the second half and then scored very early into it.
Okay, maybe it was the mentality. I don't know.
When we
It's hard
scored
to
that
say
goal,
that.
they
Enzo
were
Fernandez might have
Tactically,
not
we
been
didn't
on that
change
goal.
anything
It-
except
it
change
was-
Malagusto. The manager literally came
Enzo
out and
Fernandez
said,
might as well have not. He might as well have not been on that football pitch against Newcastle.
I'm trying to think. What did he? Like,
He did nothing.
did he do anything crazy? Create chances, like big chances, or?
He did nothing. He did the square root of
Marshall, I
nothing.
honestly think is Reece what gave us life in that game, and he also saved us from
Yeah.
the back. Like that tackle he did. I wasn't here for after Newcastle, but like,
Nothing.
what are we looking at? Oh, it's a sofa score. I see.
stats, Chris.
Yeah. Look at that, 6.4.
6.4 goal.
Stinky.
Why are you looking at scores, bro? Stop pretending
I
like
don't-
Sofa score is accurate scoring.
I don't like that score to you. I'm not. Like passes, yeah, like accurate passes, like
11 accurate passes into the opposition. He did nothing. What
He
did
did nothing.
Malagusto
I'm
do
just
when he
remember.
was
I'm
there?
just trying. I'm trying to remember it. Like that's all.
You're not gonna remember because it's not a goal or assist.
No. I know, but like, did he create anything?
Where's
Like,
Malagusto at? I'm trying not to minimize this fucker.
look at Reece, man.
Because Reece
Gusto-
moved
wait,
into the
Gusto
right
fight-
back.
Wait, was Gusto that bad? I'm trying to. Was he that bad? I don't like do the ratings. Like,
Well, how do we want to compare this then? Because Malagusto was the one that was taken off for Enzo Fernandez.
So Marshall, since we're judging this based on passes into opposition half, Cucurella having 14 out of 17, is having more.
yeah.
Why can't this open?
Garnacho had
Oh,
15 out of
that
17.
game. Wait, really?
He's a winger.
Yes.
He was shit in
He
that
is
game.
shit.
I'll agree with you. He was shit in that game.
I just don't.
Pedro Neto had 20 out of 25. Sorry, why is the barometer passes into the opposition half?
Because you said he did nothing to impact the game.
He did nothing.
It's not actually true.
He did nothing. He did nothing.
I think he's fine, but I don't think he did anything to change the game. I felt like it was Reese's goal what gave
2
us
key
life,
passes.
and we kept pushing. And
84% accurate passing, 100% passes in the opposition half, meaning he's putting us in attacking third.
I mean, Sanchez is actually.
Let me read you some stats. So let's do some comparison, shall we? Cool. So he had 2 key passes, the same as Garnacho. 1 accurate cross. Sorry, 1 cross wasn't accurate. Garnacho had 4 accurate passes, 16 out of 19, 84%. Garnacho 25 out of 28, 89%. He had more passes into the opposition half. He had more shots on target, obviously. Enzo Fernandez, in 35 minutes, lost the ball 8 times.
Mm-hmm.
Did he?
He lost the ball almost as much as Neto did across the whole game. Fucking hell. He didn't win a single ground duel in like 35 minutes. He was fucking terrible. He was terrible.
I felt like it was Reese and
Reese definitely got us into the game. But I think tactically we looked better and we looked more menacing and attacking when Enzo Fernandez was on the pitch.
Like,
we treat Enzo like he's a charity case. I've realised.
It's not even that. Scott, I asked for him to get sold in the beginning of last season after the whole fiasco.
Flip-flop.
Like, I'm not doing this thing where I'm glazing Enzo for the sake of glazing Enzo. He's my favorite player. I'm just trying to be reasonable. Because when we say he's shit and he did absolutely nothing, that's factually incorrect. There's a reason why the tide of the game changed when he came on. Not just because of him, but he was part of it. You don't think the mentality, like, do you think Malo Gusso's mentality is of the same level as Enzo Fernandez? Do you not think his mentality impacts the players on the pitch too?
Well, the mentality changed from the start of the second half.
Mentality came from Reece James.
Mentality is not everything.
No, mentality.
I think it's
the mentality was the whole of the second half, which Malo Gusto was involved of for the first 15 minutes.
Yes, I do think Enzo Fernandez comes onto that pitch and helps improve that mentality.
The mentality had already improved at the start of the second half when Enzo wasn't playing.
So
Enzo Fernandez didn't change a thing about that game. He didn't change a thing.
Against Aston Villa, let's see what happens. I don't.
He's going to play
He
like
might
shit
not
again.
start. I'll be so real. He might not actually start. All right. What does he need to do to play well? Even just well, not shit.
If he's in the more
chances, cool. Not be a liability defensively. Not get run through. Probably score.
You're asking Enzo Fernandez, the defensive liability, to not be a liability.
I mean, if he's in the 10 role, I'm not going to expect him to be defensively like that. Like he's going to be up more.
That's like asking freaking Tosin not to be a defensive liability when we know he is.
Oh, you mean okay?
It's not quite the same, but when you're duels,
like
when you're battles in that midfield, like I said, get a goal or an assist, right? Like try and do, because that typically speaking, when it comes to Enzo, that's how he ends up having a good game, is because he contributes in some way, like with a goal or an assist. Unfortunately,
that's not true, because you said he's been shit when he's scored goals too.
Yes, but I'm saying that more often than not, when he does get a goal or an assist, especially depending on when it is in the game, he has the ability then to, like, he gets more confident on the ball. He also has games where he doesn't score or get an assist, where he plays well. The problem with Enzo Fernandez, someone said it, is he's so inconsistent and he's so sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit, that trying to say what does he need to do well to have a good game, I don't know. Just play well. Like, just turn up and play well. It's not difficult. Your partner manages to do it 9 times out of 10. Reece James, when he plays midfield, manages to do it like 8 times out of 10. Just play well.
Yeah, I mean, Reece in midfield is actually. I mean, some people say, "Oh, why is he playing midfield?"
Just play well. Like, it's not difficult when it's not. It shouldn't be difficult to ask a £100 million midfielder to just play well.
You're right. He should. He should, because he's been considerably rested. Him and Caicedo have had considerable amount of rest.
I was about to say that's another thing, by the way. If he plays against Villa and is shit, I don't want to hear the excuse of he's tired, he's overplayed. I'm not hearing that excuse anymore.
I think
Well, like,
he's still another
Do
game
you
off
do you not
the
take into
start.
consideration the opposition he's playing against? Because like it's one thing to play shit against Bournemouth, another thing to play shit against Villa.
No,
I'd say
Marshall,
he's in
because
bad
he's
form.
played
I'd
shit
say he's in bad
consistently
form, but
for like 4 or 5 games in a row now. Like we're past the point where
maybe.
we're caring about opposition because he like if we just go back and look at some of the games he's played. If we go from Leeds onwards, he's played shit against Leeds, Bournemouth. I can't remember how we played against Everton, I'll be honest. I don't think it was great, but I can't be honest.
Don't think
He
he
did
was-
nothing
I
after he
don't
came
think
off the
he
bench
was
against
there, to be
Newcastle.
honest.
He's sucked against Atalanta. So it really doesn't matter who he plays against. He's played against good teams, shit teams, like relegation level teams. He's played against European teams. He is just playing shit. So it doesn't matter. He's just playing shit. Like it's not a case of like a Garnacho, right? Where like he'll play shit against the good teams and even the mid teams, but the crap teams he'll score against them, you know, like your Cardiffs and your Wolves. And so he's still playing crap against some of these teams like Leeds and whatnot anyway. So
But he didn't play shit against Everton either.
I thought I
Everton I don't remember. That's the one game I don't remember. The other games I mentioned, he was terrible. He was arguably in all the games I just mentioned, outside of Newcastle, actually, because you can't
actually
be.
he wasn't bad against Aston.
But-
Aston, actually.
The Bournemouth, Leeds, and Atalanta game, you can make the argument he was the worst player on the pitch in all 3 of those games
Yeah.
for us.
Yeah. Not even denying that. The Everton game was the game where Malagusto got man of the match, goal and assist.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
Yeah, Enzo was
cool. Palmer got his
relatively
goal,
good that game according to the stats. He had 0.5 expected assists.
too. Who did?
He had a shot on target
I
that
don't
was
remember what he
blocked.
did in that game.
That's what I mean. No one remembers.
No, actually, he did pretty
He
well.
gets overlooked a lot, which is
At
fair.
times.
At times, and I do criticize that as well because sometimes I wish he would impact the game more. Which,
So just box
like,
smashing.
and I don't. Again, I've had this debate with Prime. I think he was the worst player on the pitch for our final against PSG, but he thinks he was one of the best. So I don't
see.
I
I
don't see it.
don't think he's one of the worst either. He ran the most, by the way, in that team. That
But
game too.
That's what he
And
does. He
people
just
say he's like a
runs,
clown,
and
like, he ran the
sometimes
best
he.
everywhere.
I don't know
Working
because
well.
the thing with Enzo too, it's like
I
he
don't
never
think he's
plays
the
in
best.
one position. Like that game against PSG, he was left forward. Then this season, he's been playing more as a 10 because he's been filling in for Cole. And then when Cole's in, he's been asked to play as a attacking 8 almost. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think this player gets confused half the time as well. I don't know. But I mean, I don't disagree. For the price that we pay, there's no real excuse. He has to step up. And I'm hoping against
Ooh,
Villa, we
expectation
do
of
see a
his
better
level,
performance.
Like, not even just a price, because we know he is a good player in there.
Yeah.
Like, he's not bad.
I want to see it against Villa because Villa's going to be tough. You got Onana in there, McGinn. Who was the other player that we named in that
It'll
midfield?
probably be if they play what they've been playing, it'll be
Kamara?
Kamara, Onana, and Tielemans.
Oh, yeah. Tielemans in that team too. Fuck. Yeah. It's going to be a tough game.
Rodgers will have to worry about too, man. Rodgers is good.
We need Reece. Reece, if you put Reece at that right back, and then you somehow maybe he puts Gusto in
Didn't
that
you
midfield.
see
I don't
that
fucking
stupid
know, bro.
question? Like,
No,
when they
don't
asked
put,
Ren-
no, like
Maresca?
we're overcomplicating it. Like we play Reece at right back, play
It's
Enzo and
Maresca, bro. He
Caicedo in
loves to
midfield.
overcomplicate.
No, but like it's real simple. You play Enzo Fernandez and Caicedo in midfield, and you play Reece at right back. Because like number one is you have your best right back against their best player and their most informed player. And like I said, I know obviously it's not this simple, and he probably won't. But your £100 million midfielder, who is your vice captain and meant to be one of the better players on your team, should be able to handle a midfield of Aston Villa. He should be able to handle a midfield of Tielemans, Kamara, and Onana.
To be
If
fair,
he can't,
he did.
get him out of the football club.
Didn't he? I mean, you're not wrong. It's not like he hasn't done it. He scored in the second leg last season, right? And then what happened in the first leg? Did he score again in that one? I know he scored in
He
the
definitely
FA
scored
Cup.
it once against Villa last season. I don't remember.
It was the
remember
one where we
it.
lost because the not Robert Sanchez bozo, the other one.
Or Jorgensen.
Jorgensen, thank you. Yeah, because Jorgensen's inability.
Yeah, he got a goal. He got a goal in both games against Villa last season.
Yeah, so it seems like he likes Villa. So I'm expecting him to have a decent game as well. I might even put a little cheeky bet on it.
You need to.
Bet against
Yeah.
us.
He needs to bet against us. You're ridiculous. Yeah. Are we all expecting a win then? Saturday?
It's not like expecting like.
Not expecting a
comfortably,
win,
but,
but I should think we
I
could
think we
get one.
can.
Optimistic of a win?
Yeah, I think we
Better
can
wording.
get one.
Like that's how I feel. Like we
Yeah.
can get a win. The way they played against Man United, maybe they're getting a bit tired. I don't know. Maybe that loss is coming, and that's hopefully against us because if we lose, yeah, we're not catching Villa. I don't think this season. Maybe not.
I don't know about that.
10 points clear though. Like
I think
in December.
Villa
like, in
are a
December.
few injuries and a Europa
we say
League
this about a lot of
away
teams.
from. Wait, are they? No, they're
You
not.
say a few
Yeah,
injuries.
a
What's happening
Europa
if they don't
League.
get those injuries?
I think it's guaranteed they're going to get those injuries
Why is it guaranteed?
because the amount of games they're playing.
So you think Rodgers or whatever?
They're in
is
Europa
guaranteed?
League. They're no longer Carabao, but they're going to be in the FA Cup. And they have a decent. Who are they playing in the FA Cup? I forgot. They're a good team. They're up
I thought they
against
got knocked out.
FA Cup. FA Cup. We haven't started that yet.
Oh, that's the Carabao Cup one.
Aston Villa FA Cup. Let's see. They're up against Spurs. Okay, never mind. That's nothing. That's a walk in the park. Never mind. But yeah, we'll see because everyone likes to say that Unai likes to focus on Europe when that time comes, and he probably will switch
Yeah,
it
we
up.
gotta focus on Champions League too.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Carabao Cup and FA Cup.
Listen, whoever Maresca picks, please just let it be the right lineup. Please just perform on the day. I want to see a
Don't
good
don't
team.
start
We've had a
Garnacho,
week
please.
of rest. I want to see Arsenal drop points and City take the lead.
He's probably gonna start Garnacho, isn't he?
He's not starting Estevao. I'm telling you right now, he's coming back from injury. He's not starting
Yeah,
Estevao.
he's
Yeah,
not.
I'd say it'll be
I think he's going to
Garnacho.
start Gittins.
It'll be He's not starting Gittins. It'll be Garnacho, João Pedro, and Pedro.
Kill me.
I think he's starting Gittins just because
Based
this
on
is silly. This is silly based on the fact that every time they release that photo where they won their like 5v5, those players or part of those players always end up being in the team the next day.
Well, when Estevao was trying to push that, yeah, like that competition.
No, not that.
Oh.
There was another photo.
I saw people say, "Oh, Estevao's not injured. Why are we not playing him?" It's like,
Obviously,
yeah, he's not
Selena's not going to be in that team, but like, I think it's going to be Palmer starting. I think Gittins is going to be on that left, Neto on that right. João Pedro's a striker.
Hopefully next season, Estevao is like a.
I have a feeling Curry is right, and he has been on a roll in terms of predictions. I do think it's going to be Reece and Caicedo in the midfield, Gusto on the right, Chalaba, Fofana, and
Yeah, fuck it, run it back again. I need to see Morgan Rogers ruin our right back. Go on, do it. Fuck it.
All I'm saying
I need-
is,
Gusto's been pretty fine.
I need to watch
this
Gusto like strip for another left winger. Go on, fucking do
listen,
it.
Scott.
Wait,
Just
what do you
remember, if
mean?
that
He
does
passed
happen,
the
Curry Pirate
Dembele.
manifested it.
he passed the Dembele test. You know what I'm saying? He
Passed it.
hey, and the Rafinha
Wait, but don't you
Rafinha
think
cameo. You know what I'm saying?
Gusto's
He
been
passed the
pretty good
Rafinha
this
cameo.
season?
You know what I'm saying?
He did pretty good, but there was a game he got cooked recently.
Okay, yeah,
We don't talk about those games.
Oh, he got cooked at Newcastle, of course. Yeah,
We don't talk
Gordon
about-
cooked
Oh,
him.
sorry.
We don't
Midfield
talk about
last
how
game.
he got cooked.
Everyone
by
got cooked in
by
Newcastle
Gordon
in
and
that first
Harvey.
half.
He got cooked by Gordon. I ain't gonna lie.
Everyone's getting cooked in that first half, though.
Mm.
And I'm just gonna put it to like Gusto.
Yeah, fair enough.
You
I
said,
mean,
I can't remember when he got subbed off, but he got subbed off half time, right?
Gusto was the reason we conceded the first goal. What? Was the second
No,
goal?
that was Fofana.
Yeah,
Wait,
it was Fofana.
he was
He
involved.
ran forward
He
with
was
the ball,
involved.
lost the ball.
He was
and
involved,
then-
but he's not the
yeah.
I would put more.
Oh, but he didn't
Fofana.
follow his
No, I
runner.
know.
Remember?
Yeah, but Fofana's a dumbass who
Fofana's
decided to
the
do a
one who
solo
lost
run
the
and
ball.
fucking run into the midfield like a dickhead.
And then we
Yeah,
I
can't lie.
I remember that one.
I still put like it's Fofana and Gusto. Like Chalaba and Kukurai also take blame.
Yeah,
But yeah, so much of that.
Fofana
Chalaba
like,
was
it's
just
Fofana.
that's about it.
Yeah, Fofana then Gusto is like the order. But Fofana's
Yeah, fair enough. All right, cool. Then let's see what happens. Obviously, on Saturday we'll be here to react to the game. I'm excited, man. I hope Chelsea can get a win, and if we can get a win, good vibes. You know, the
Can we
last
just
week.
end the year off properly.
No, we're
like,
just
all-
breathing
like
under,
yeah.
above water
just
right now.
win
Let's
against
just
Villa,
have vibes.
win against Bournemouth. Let me look onto the new year with fucking happiness, please, Chelsea. For fuck's
Honestly,
sake.
January is the month that's gonna decide the rest of our season, really. Because
Yeah,
we're
December
worse
might
off
change a
this
lot.
season in terms of points in December than we were last season, but January was really bad for us last season. Like December started the bad
Well-
run, but January continued it.
It's because we had, yeah, that's true, and also we lost like both our strikers, then so hopefully that.
And if
doesn't happen.
January we have even just like two wins is going to be better than last
But,
season.
hey, Marcel, can I tell you one thing?
I hope it's not
I know
just
Scott's gonna love when I say this.
Oh boy.
We have, and have you not been seeing how Shima Heka has been scoring in the under 21s? We have internal solutions. So if we lose both our strikers, we got Shim. We got Neto, striker again. We have internal solutions.
Hey, Tariq George, why not leave? We can use him too.
Why can't we try rename the strike?
Oh, captain, my captain, internal solutions.
Bring back
CP,
Tariq
why not
George.
reclaim
Yeah,
the
Justice
strike?
for
He can
George.
strike a ball.
We need to
Fuck-
have the
fuck
free George
strengthening.
shirt. We'll make it.
Fuck strengthening our team. You know,
Scott, when we go to
during this period.
Paphos,
We have-
I'll bring
we
you a
have
free
internal
George
solutions.
t-shirt, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
We'll be there.
You know what I'm saying?
We'll be there.
Hey,
Free-
it makes
free
sense. It
Tariq
makes sense,
George.
Scott. Like in life, you know what I'm saying? Before you blame others, look onto yourself. You know, look within yourself. Internal solutions. Let me
Fair
internally
enough.
salute, so you don't find the solution.
Internally salute.
Salute, yeah, internally.
Oh, man. It's so stupid. Let's end the stream.
We're laughing
We're
now,
done
man.
here.
Some
Ladies and
Saturday
gents, thank you for joining us
Have a
today
Merry
on
Christmas.
Casually FC, on Casually Chelsea show. A tense show. This is what Semenyo does to us. This is what the freaking board does to us. But hey, at the end of the day, I enjoyed the discussion. So it is what it is.
Internal
Big up
solutions.
to every single one of you. Once again, guys, Merry Christmas if you celebrate. If you're in the UK, you're obviously tomorrow. So Merry Christmas, and I hope you guys enjoy it with your family and loved ones, close friends, whoever you celebrate with. Smash up the like button so to spread Christmas joy or holiday joy. Maybe we won't see you again till New Year. So if that is the case, Happy New Year as well to you guys. Be sure to subscribe if you're new here. We'll be here again next year doing the same thing, having the same arguments,
Same Chelsea.
and hopefully
And if you
discussing
didn't,
new
if you didn't like the presents you got from Santa or yourself or whoever got
Yeah,
them
if you
for
got a Ganacho t-shirt,
And-
I'm
and-
sorry.
and
I'm sorry.
you know what? You know what?
Actually,
Find
yeah.
internal solutions.
messed
You know
up.
what? Find internal solutions. You know what I'm saying? Find internal solutions. And in the new year, you know what you got to do, because everyone goes to the gym. That's what you know what people are doing? Finding internal solutions. So keep finding internal solutions, man. Let's go.
fair enough.
Imagine getting a Ganacho shirt for Christmas. Now.
No, you're
Imagine.
not. Chris. Shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up.
I think I'll kill myself.
That'd be a good practical joke.
How do I?
Oh no, get it for your brother. Get it for your
I'm
brother. Get it for your
backwards.
brother.
You know what? I just realized since it is Christmas, I should do this. And let me get on my stream. Where the frick is my stream, bro? How do I get to my?
Get an
You don't
AI
make it
advert
easy to
like
get my
Coca-Cola
channel,
for
man.
Christmas.
What?
You're saying AI advert?
Yeah, like
AI
Coca-Cola.
advert. Those AI adverts are weird. I'm not gonna lie to you. Okay, membership gifting. All right, we're gonna give 5 memberships
Oh,
to
random.
some random folks today as a Merry Christmas present to y'all.
Is
All
that
right.
people who's just watching right now, or
I don't know. We're gonna find out a little bit, Chris. So gifting 5 memberships to Casually FC. You know what they need to do on YouTube? They need to make it so that if you do have a membership to a channel or a stream, you don't get ads, which would make it so much more worth it as well.
definitely?
But YouTube,
Don't
one
they
day
do it on Twitch or not?
they do it on Twitch. They need to do it on YouTube
One thing they
because
do
that
right
makes the
on Twitch,
memberships
yeah.
a little bit more worth it, even if you have bare minimum memberships.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. So shout out and enjoy your gifted to TA1931, Mobeta Blues. Okay, I remember you. Platformer Guy 607, Gabriel A, and the Danzo. It seems like the same people get it all the time. I think it's just to do with how active you are in the chat. But yeah, big up to you guys. Enjoy your gifted from Casually FC. Merry Christmas to you guys. And also be sure to, I am going to be sure to shout out the members who are already members and always supporting, who are proper casual and higher tier members. So aside from the ones that I just named, big up to JC, Dark, Lanray Sadiq, A. Suleiman, and EE and Adrian. Big up to you guys for the support as always. We'll be back again to react to Aston Villa. No more Christmas hat, no more winter gimmick. It's just straight facts and football afterwards. So, yeah, shout out to you guys. Enjoy your holidays. Enjoy your time with your family. And if you don't have any of that stuff, well, find something to find enjoyment of. Enjoy time with other people. And,
Find internal solutions. That's true. You gotta
find internal
Well,
solutions.
Everyone
End the
in
stream.
Chelsea give you happiness.
Have
this
a good
Christmas.
night, guys. Merry Christmas and stay casual. Peace. Ho, ho, ho.